Hello, everyone. Welcome to the zone, the orbital zone, where all of your dreams can come true. It's me, GoldenNova Yu-Gi-Oh! How are we doing today? I know I'm pretty good because Yu-Gi-Oh! Commander just subscribed for the 4th month in a row. Commander, thank you so much for your support. Thanks for joining the Despot Squad. How are we doing today? If we have Bestial Kings, where are my Bestial Queens? Exactly! Look, let's be real here. Aluber, big misogynist, okay? Takes away women's agency any chance he gets. Of course he's not going to count queens among their ranks, which is why we've got to go to the Bestial Zone and start working on that equality. You know what I'm saying? Do you know what I'm saying? Does this animation imply that Albaz missing an eye was Fleur's fault? I don't think it's implied. I think it literally shows the point where she cuts his eye out. And that's awesome. It's cool to know that that's like a detail of the... And it explains why Aluber gets to use both of his eyes. Because that's the one thing that they don't mimic. So, that was actually really cool. I feel... like ashamed that I never like caught on to that until now. Like, why is that a difference between the two of them? There's so many similarities. Yesterday's win was awesome. Congratulations, Nova. Yes, thank you very much. For those of you who do not remember, yesterday after the custom stream, I participated in Hasher and Maple's 3-on-3 Edison Relay Tournament, and despite the odds, despite fighting such meta threats as Crystal Based and Disaster Dragon, we took home the first prize. Our team, comprising of Machina, Aliens, and Zombie Synchro, took it from Pod A, C I guess technically, all the way to the top. So, you know, hold your applause, folks. Couldn't have done it without my team, though. Junk's cards going into the final round let us sweep all the way through the final opponent. It was absolutely fantastic. If you haven't seen it, the VOD is up on Hasher's channel. The entire tournament was awesome, but they've captured the whole live tournament. It's muy fantastic. We've got a little something from Trihorn Dragon. Mega Comfy paid 1,000 channel points. If all my dreams can be granted on this stream, can I be the big boss of the mementos? Sure, buddy. I would much rather have you be the big boss of the mementos than Twin-Headed Thunder Dragon. Yet, it's not fair. I finally get my archetype after all these years, and then that guy shows up and takes my spot. Ah! You gonna be okay? No. How about now? Okay, a little bit. Alright, bye guys, bye! Good kid. Good kid. Okay. Oh, it's the YouTube Yu-Gi-Oh! Scholar. Can I have an autograph? Yeah, go ahead. Get your, get a little piece of paper up on the screen. I'll go ahead and get that signed for you. If any of the cards showed, I think either Sky Striker or Brandon are going to get anime. People are saying Sky Striker because of the end stinger, and honestly, like, formatting-wise, that makes the most sense. Especially since they have the OCG mangas to go off of. Here, let me go ahead and sign the... Okay, there you go. Enjoy your signature. Yeah, so it's probably going to be an adaptation of that one. That's the most likely. It's the one that has had the most work done for it already. There we go. Okay. I did those two stories today. Starts rough, but oh my god, it gets so good. That's good. I know where to read them now, and I could go read the Sky Striker one, but I've only read the Magistus one so far. And I hope it has a similar thing, because that first chapter, a lot of details are left on the ground floor, so I'm hoping we get some more stuff after that. Will Amazoness ever get new support? Well, that's, like, I think there's a precedent for it, because they had that Duelists of the Roses pack, not to be confused with the video game of a similar name, but the one where all of the female duelists got, like, support for their stuff, and then we had My Valentine get stuff in there. And then we also had Duelists of the Pyrazine get Amazon is supporting that one. So we've had 2 waves. So it's this weird toss-up of, is it too soon for new support versus they've consistently been giving them support. So I don't think more Amazon support is outside the realm of possibility. Also, it's gayer than gays. What's more gay? 2 lesbians or whatever the Sky Strikers got going on? I sold the branded anime. Oh, we deserve a branded anime, okay? Like, they're making a whole pack for branded specifically in the OCG. They know we crave it. I haven't seen a Sky Striker pack, so give us the Albaz anime, please. Have you played Master Duel in the last few days? No, but I know that the event's going on for like the friendship chain stuff, and I haven't had a chance to play it, but I want to. Oh, we've got a announcement. 2,000 channel points spent by Dinah. I am happy to announce that I am making several new Abyss archetypes to expand the world. Hell yeah. I mean, the story's already doing that itself, so there's definitely room to explore, so I'm glad that you're jumping in on that. Anyway, so, speaking of Abyss lore, we've had it on screen for quite a while. I'm going to be talking about, we have around 3 people's custom cards to work with today. We're going to stream, we're going to have those on board, we're going to cover them, all this kind of good stuff. We're going to kind of wait for one of them to show up to see if we can cover theirs live. And then we'll do some work stuff in between that. How's that sound, everyone? How's that sound? Let's go ahead and stop that music. And let's head over to the zone. Hello!
Hello. Let me turn down my stream. There we go. Hi.
Hi, how's it going?
It's going great. My mom wants that Abyss anime so much.
Hey,
So
look.
she and I play Master Duel together.
Uh-huh.
My mom. And she freaked the hell out when she saw stuff like Zeus, Albaz, Ecclesia.
It's so
It was
good.
glorious.
I can't.
Also, if it makes you feel any better, Nova, I didn't realize until now. I was like, oh yeah, Blur kind of basically took Albaz's eye out. You know, lightning will do that to you.
Yeah.
Yes.
I guess. I guess massive damage to one of the softest tissues in your body will leave a lasting mark. Who knew?
Who knew?
Anyway.
I started laughing so hard when you said a Luber was a misogynist prick.
Am I wrong, though?
No, you are not.
Exactly. Really quick, Laura Benz, thank you so much for rating in. Holy cow, how was your stream? Folks, for those of you who don't know, Laura is my co-conspirator when it comes to defending the Fortress of Duel and most powerful purveyor of dad jokes I've ever seen. I could not ask for a better companion. How are you doing this fine day?
Yo. You two are unstoppable then with the dad jokes.
Kind of. Have you stopped by one of our Fortress streams?
Sadly, no, because time is the enemy, but
That
I
is
will eventually.
true.
I
If
will next time we rate them.
Chat hates my dad jokes, well then, chat, you better get out of here because I'm about to pun it up so much. But I guess not me. That's not for me right now. Today, we are honoring my patrons who help keep this channel going by showing off their custom creations. And Frankie has created some more Albaz lore cards. Frankie, would you please let us know a little bit about the cards you've chosen to show us today?
So I made these out of the whim of shit I think would be cool. I don't know how synergistic some of these cards are, but I knew a few of these would be really helpful or really cool if you were to, I don't know, pull it from the upcoming Albaz pack, something, or pull it in Master Duel. So I just said, here, let's just give these guys awesome cards, and also I will shamelessly flaunt Branded Fusion until the day I die.
That's right. Folks, this is a branded fusion positive stream environment. If you have an Ash Blossom in your hand, once again, get out of here. I don't want to see you.
Oh, that's cool. Called by?
Ah! I mean, it's good if we have it. That's nice and all. But,
yeah. It's always glued to my hand, Nova. Always.
Oh, well, I mean, If that's the case, then you have nothing to fear.
Exactly.
All right.
So I will preface this first card here.
Uh-huh.
Again, I have no shame. Anyone who probably reads this awesome card who I know, especially one person out there, will start yelling at me. But this card here, I love her. I want to get the preface of now take Incredible Ecclesia, take her art. Now turn her, now change her dress entirely black. Give her put a crown on her head that looks like Mary Jade's necklaces, and then give her a shield that looks exactly like Shrouded Albion's armor. And this is the first monster. So Nova, can you start the timer and can we get the start on this?
Oh,
and you can watch you and the rest of this chat's brain explode.
Absolutely. We have Incredible Assemblia, the Righteous. Level 8 light spellcaster fusion monster with 3500 attack and 2500 defense, requiring any level 4 spellcaster monster with equal attack and defense and a Fallen of Albaz as material. You can only control one copy of this card, and monsters in your possession cannot change control, nor can your opponent banish monsters from your field, grave, or extra deck. If this card is fusion summoned, your opponent must banish all light and dark monsters that they control in their hand and in their graveyard. Any monster banished by this effect cannot activate their effects. While this card is phased upon the field, all monsters that your opponent controls that were special summoned from the extra deck lose 100 attack for each banished card. This card is unaffected by all monster effects from monsters special summoned from the extra deck. If this card in your possession leaves the field by your opponent's card, banish all cards your opponent controls, and during the end phase if this card is in your graveyard because it was sent there this turn, you can add to your hand or special summon a level 4 or level 8 light spellcaster monster with equal attack and defense from your deck. Frankie, I think I just won every match I go into.
Why do you think I didn't give this thing any protection whatsoever? You can still Regeki it, you can imperm it, you can kaiju it. Good luck, but good job if you try to kaiju it.
yeah, it's there's no protection, but there's repercussions.
Yep. So the banishing protection is because I'm terrified. I've been traumatized by Kashtira, and then the other effect is so you can't get bestial for life savings. This counters all of Despia. Tragedy and Comedy can't activate their effects, nor can Aluber or Dramaturge. Pendulums or any other extra deck monster can't do nothing, and they all get debuffed because Ecclesia is a sword soul. Damn it! So of course you can debuff like Chang Ying, and also if they get rid of it, then you just get you either get Clam, Cartesia, Iris, or Fleur. So it keeps going, baby!
All the best ones!
If you believe this is the nerfed version, because the original version let you add Albaz and one branded spell trap from banished or deck.
Yeah, that'd be pretty good.
So that's why I went with, you can just continue to live, just summon Clem. Ditch Cartesia to the grave. Now you get Cartesia back in your hand.
Yeah, this card is outrageous.
I love her. Also, Goth Ecclesia. Ecclesia.
Okay, well that's Cartesia.
She's not wearing black, good sir.
There's a lot. No, she's wearing lots of black in that, isn't she?
She's wearing red, isn't she? Isn't she wearing entirely? At least from what my mom's described to me.
We'll cover that in the future. We have a limited amount of time here. We'll talk about our aesthetics later.
Mm-hmm.
Next up, we have Tri-Brigade Provisions, a normal spell card. If this card is activated, you can add a Tri-Brigade monster from your deck to your hand. If any number of Winged Beast, Beast, or Beast Warrior monsters in your possession would be destroyed by a card effect, you can banish this card from your graveyard. Your monsters are not destroyed. If this card is banished, you can send up to 3 Tri-Brigade Speller Trap cards with different names from your hand and or deck to the graveyard, except copies of this card. You can only activate and use each effect of this card once per turn.
Make Tri-Brigade Arms Bucephalus the second a lot easier to summon.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. Now, what's our banishing procedure on this?
Oh, it doesn't care how it's banished, as long as it's banished. So if you use the banish effect to protect your monsters, then you get the graveyard set up.
Oh, okay, there we go.
So it's like they can ash it, but it's like, are you really gonna burn the ash after you attempted to destroy all my opponent's after destroying all my monsters? Is that a good idea?
Well, that's the thing, right? Because as a searcher in a deck that already has a searcher, if they see provisions or fractal, they're gonna look at that and be all like, man, I don't know. What?
Exactly. Do you ash fractal or do you ash provisions?
Who knows? I guess fractal doesn't add. It's Nerval that adds when it's sent to graveyard, but it's all the part of the same ecosystem.
Hey, sometimes redundancy is what you need.
Alrighty. Springand's Furnace, a continuous spell card. This card is treated as Great Sand Sea Gold Golgonda while face up on the field or in the graveyard. The first time your opponent would activate a monster effect or a spell or trap card as a quick effect, negate the activation. Also take one Springand's monster from your deck or hand and either send it to the graveyard or attach it to a Fire Machine Xyz monster you control. If this card in your possession leaves the field, special summon a Springand's Xyz monster or Gigantic Champion Sargus from your extra deck. This is treated as an Xyz summon. Also, activate one Grand Sand Sea Gold Golgonda directly from your deck. You can only use each effect and activate Springand's Furnace once per turn.
Yeah. I know Decisive Battle Gold Golgonda is arguably the stronger card. But hey, more negation, more ways to set up your Springand's Xyz effects. And also, because Gigantic Champion is amazing, and I think on XC7 he adds a Syrian or Springand monster, if I remember correctly.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And then he blows shit up, so... And there's nothing stopping you from, if you have Explorer on the field, activate this buddy. Now the Explorer has another material to blow whatever the heck is on your opponent's side of the field to Kingdom Come.
Yeah.
There you go.
From a battle standpoint, the final battle is stronger. But this is an Omni Negate that also attaches cards. So I think that Springand's players would be over the moon to have this.
Mm-hmm.
This card is grand.
It was originally attached a material to a machine monster, but I was like, wait a second. Cyber Dragon Infinity is a thing, even though it's power creep, but still, no. Or, the divine guy over there, but we don't talk about him right now.
Not now. Train Lever, thank you so much for your congratulations. Combi, my understanding is that you do search on summon with Gigantic Champion Sargus. Sargus does not actually have a detach effect, if I remember correctly. The idea is that you grab Tally Ho Springands and use its effect to detach material, and then its effect reacts to material being detached.
Yeah, if a monster would... I looked this up earlier because I was doing some last-minute copies. So either destroy a card or bounce it as a detach effect.
Yeah.
If a card is detached. Thanks, Sargus.
Okay. Mount Sword Soul is a field spell card that you can only activate and use each of the following effects of once per turn. If this card is activated, you can add a Sword Soul monster from your deck to your hand. Level 8 or higher Sword Soul Synchro monsters you control cannot be targeted by your opponent's card effects. During your end phase, you can discard a Worm monster to special summon a Worm monster from your hand or grave, even if this card leaves the field. If a Worm monster in your possession is destroyed by battle or card effect, you can special summon a Sword Soul monster from your grave, or that is banished.
They don't have a field spell. Why don't they have a field spell? It's right there, bro!
Literally, the card that revives from graveyard looks like it should be their field spell. Why would they do that? Why would they do that?
I don't know. But, yeah, one of my buddies, he's huge in this Sword Soul Tenny. He's like, make a custom field spell, Frankie. And then this is what I came up with. Because, Qishao and Chen Ying, they can still be targeted. Because they have some pretty neat protection, or at least Chen Ying does, with if it would be destroyed, banish another card, and the synergistic banishing of more stuff because of him. Mm-hmm. So it was like, just protect him.
Just protect.
Non-targeting removal will get rid of him. So it's not too crazy. And it was originally going to be level 8 or higher worm monsters, but I was like, no, I'm not going to have Jacob Berserker be that stupid strong. Thank you very much. So I went with Sword Soul.
We'll be a little less unhinged.
Mm-hmm. I'm unhinged now, but I'm still trying to keep some integrity of these designs.
Yeah. So just toning it down a little bit.
Yeah.
Quantum, thank you so much for following.
I'm shameless, Nova, and I will not apologize for anything.
And never do. Never do. But yeah, this is solid. I like that we have a field spell here. It does the usual field spell thing of boosting our consistency and gives us really good protection and recovery. So it's the whole package.
Yep. Also, I think You misread the discard effect there. Because it says during your main phase, you can discard one worm monster, special summon one worm monster from your hand or grave.
Ah, well,
Unless
then it just gets all the worms.
Yeah. So, discard Moi or Taya, and then you're off to the races.
And then you can get back Draco Berserker.
Mm-hmm. I told you I'm shameless, but I have some standards, by the way.
The only thing missing here is that you can't banish this card to cause it to change the level of a worm monster you control. What's going on here?
I was gonna put it in there, but I was like, nah. Just banish Emergence, brother. Just banish it. It's fine.
Alrighty, that looks like all the ones that we have so far. Are there any other design things that you want to talk about here? Any insights that you wish to provide?
So Assemblia is based because Ecclesia's name comes from an actual Greco-Roman concept of like gathering people to talk about religious views, and Assemblia is literally the Greco-Roman word for assembly. So she's literally the combination of pretty much all the Abyss coming together and kicking the ever-living shit out of Aluber, because she has representation of Sword Soul, the branded fusions targets in general. Dogmatica's just grew the extra deck, and instead of Albaz taking the forefront, because my idea of this is like if somehow Aluber managed to subdue Albaz, then Ecclesia pretty much takes up the branded in white and then just becomes Assemblia and starts wrecking shop. So yeah, that was my main motivation for this card.
Hell yeah!
Just said, time to kick your ass. You killed my boyfriend. It's time for me to put you in the ground.
Prepare to die. Smash!
And of course, with the rocket-powered bonk stick, because Ecclesia is nothing but consistent.
No, it has to be with the rocket-powered bonk stick.
Exactly.
Most warriors use great blades or halberds of heavenly design. Ecclesia's out here flattening folks.
Exactly. This is why she's my favorite.
Get out of here. Alrighty, well, is there anything else that we want to talk about here, or is it time to crack out the Nova Scale?
I believe we covered pretty much everything. Like I said, Tri Brigade provisions is just to make Arms Persepolis easier. And Field Spell, because they don't have a Field Spell for whatever reasons. And then Spring Guns need more toys, because it's the year of fire!
Yeah!
These guys are still kind of just chilling out in Golden, just not really doing much.
Where's the Springans love, Konami? Come on.
It's coming! Wait, it's coming, buddy! I'm so excited! Oh, boy.
Soy Jack Moye pointing at the mountain.
What?
Searcher! Let's go!
Oh my god, I just read this! My name is Ecclesia Matoya. You killed my mother. Prepare to die.
Prepare to die. Hey,
God,
puppet pal Fleur. What's it sound like when you knock a Luber upside the head? I don't know, puppet pal Ecclesia. What does it sound like? Bonk. That's for all my Dexter fans out there. Alrighty, so, novelty. This is interesting because we have to talk about all the different ways that these things might do different things for these themes. And it really feels like these are more updates to them to give them more power rather than trying to give them a different way to play. So in this regard, I think that its novelty score is about a 2.
Yep. I'm nailing this every time.
Objectivity. I'm gonna work backwards on this one because this is where things get a little nasty.
No, but just say.
Say again. Say that again.
I said no, but just say one. We all know it's true. It's overpowered as all get out, but it's fun.
I mean, if you just want to have the one, I'll give you the one. I was gonna go on a whole diatribe about game balance and the role of stuff. Oh, thank you. Anyway, so Sword Soul Mountain, not just the one anyway. Let's go into versatility. So, these cards are for 4 separate archetypes.
You're a punk.
I haven't paid 600 life points to search any cards right now. Excuse you. So
you. I love you.
Oh, pshaw. Anyway, so versatility. we technically have 4 themes, but all of them are like individually for their own archetypes. Of course, Sword Souls are renowned for their ability to work with worms, so that's already pretty broad. Springant's Furnace and Tri-Brigade. Tri-Brigades, by their very nature, are splashable. So we have 2 cards here that technically work with just off-themed decks. It's really Springans and Assemblia that are pretty specific for our deck. Except, I would argue that because of how powerful Incredible Assemblia is, this is the new DPE. You could jam an Albaz and an Ecclesia, or a Quem, whichever, in any deck that you want. Play Branded Fusion, summon this thing, and just have a monster that is ready to make your opponent mincemeat by itself. Like, this is outrageous. It has control changing and graveyard banishing protections. It has retaliatory mass banish. It even debuffs the opponent like DPE, and it replaces itself. Unless your deck runs on Synchros, Links, or Xyz monsters, if you play out of your main deck exclusively, you are playing this as your Hail Mary card. This is fantastic. So honestly, the versatility here is actually a 4.
What's the 1 point missing?
The Synchro, Link, and Xyz decks.
Oh, okay.
Because Branded Fusion would lock you out of that. You could,
That's true.
like, play Polymerization in general and hope that you have, like, the Fusion Substitute type monster, and then the level 4 spellcaster whose attack equals its own defense, which is very small outside of the Dogmatica stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But that's about the only thing I could think of that would be able to skirt those rules, and honestly, at that point, you just wouldn't want to play those decks. You would just want to play decks that can facilitate playing Incredible Assemblia, the Righteous, because it's going to get you some righteous wins.
Yeah. You get Branded Fusion banned, but hey-ho! We're so close in Master Duel. It's a miracle the TCG hasn't shot us dead yet.
Holding on by a thread. Anyway, we're getting a 5 in awesomeness because I think that it's awesome and it's cool, and you described the coolest character in the entire lore. And then I just like the idea of Springant's Furnace being like another Springant that just has like a big old pot belly and it's got all the fire going. It's like, oh, I can't handle all these negates.
No, my idea was literally like a freaking little like cylinder dude, like, and then he just has the most happiest face, the most happy expression on him. And meanwhile, on the back is an exact image of the Great Sansi and the Serpent just chilling. So he's a big old chunky dude just having the time of his life.
That's awesome. All right, so
also,
oh yeah, go ahead.
Another thing here in the chat is like, why are you discarding the mountain to get bonuses? That lore accurate. I'm like, thanks, Megacombi. You're hilarious. Look.
All right.
Yeah.
We've got a 12 out of 20 on these ones. I love them. I think these are wonderful.
Sweet. Alrighty. Next month, my artist should be done with the next batch of cards that will probably make many people in this chat go feral over the art. I'm hoping you as well.
Oh.
Yeah.
And all right, well, looking
I
forward to it.
Had a lot of fun with these. I hope you guys enjoyed.
Folks, round of applause for Frankie. Come on.
Thanks, Nova.
No problem. Thank you again for all your support, and I will talk to you later, all right?
Yeah, bye.
There we go. Imagine someone playing Metaphys to get pluses on the Banishing Hand Rip. Talk about your counterplay. Okay, I've fixed the timers on here. Hopefully the Dueling Nexus one will show up a little bit less. Not that I don't want to show it off, but I think that's showing up a bit too much. Though, folks, if you want to help me out, I'm not paid for the Dueling Nexus thing, but there's a leaderboard on there, and I want to be at the top of that leaderboard for supporting Dueling Nexus. So if you have a moment, if you're on your computer right now, you just got to sign up You know, do your usual send email thing, and then go to the boutique, put my code in, you get no Vendred. You can use my image as your avatar on that site. Something that you've always wanted, I'm sure. Okie dokie. Let's go ahead and move on to our next person. Another presenter isn't here, so we're going to have to hold off on Moki Moki for just a little bit longer, folks. Just a bit longer. But for now, we're going to talk about what I am told is the final story of this chapter of Clockworks' Mechon story. A very big send up to Power Rangers. So let me go ahead and get this clock restarted. And then we'll then we're gonna rearrange the image here. It's just it's too big. Oh, it's too big. It's too large. It's covering up the whole screen. Nova. Don't worry. I've got it all fixerinoed. Okay. Alright. Super Quant support when? We've had like one wave of additional Super Quant support, right? We had the Luster X stuff and that's it. Did Luster X come out at the same time as the Link 3? I forget. Anyway, I agree. We should get more support for Super Quant. It's a cool deck. You haven't got anything in years. In years! Alrighty. Let's go ahead and get this timer started. Let me go ahead and grab the... let me reformat. Oh, no, that will not be easy to format. No, all cards as new cards. We'll just go from this one. We'll be good. Alright, so, timer, start. Let's begin with Mechon Kabukuki, a level 2 Dark Machine effect monster with 650 attack and 500 defense that is also treated as a spellcaster monster. You can only use each effect of this card once per turn. Once per turn, you can reveal 3 cards from your deck that are either Mechon monsters or spell and trap cards with Mechon in their effect text. Your opponent chooses one of those cards at random, add that chosen card to your hand, and return the other 2 to your deck. If this card is distributed or used as material for the summon of an extra deck monster, you can add a continuous spell card from your deck to any continuous spell. Oh, that's already pretty goofy. Distributed, use a material for a summon. It's already a Dark Machine. Oh, that could get silly. Use this in Cyber Dragons. Banish this to make one of your, like, Chimera techs. And then, get Clockwork Knight. And now you've got the thing that lets you turn any Cyber Dragon into a Kaiju. Okay. Great start. Alright. Okay. Here's the next one, folks. I need you to not clip this out of context. I know that my viewers overlap with certain other people. Let's make sure that we don't, you know, make this escape containment. Mechanite Mighty White is a level 3 light machine monster with 1500 attack and defense. This card is also treated as a warrior monster. If this monster is summoned, the original owner of this card can add a beast or winged beast monster from their deck to their hand. Gains attack and defense points equal to half the attack and defense of any monster equipped to it, and you can banish a dark monster from your graveyard to special summon this card from your hand. Then you can add an equipped spell from your deck to your hand. Tobito, what did I just add? Dang. Anyway, so yeah, this is pretty cool. The fact, I believe there was a sub-theme of giving cards to our opponent, So being able to give this to our opponent off of that effect and then us searching the card is pretty good. It gets us half the attack bonus of any card equipped to this card. Not by any particular effect, just anyone equipped to it, so it will, any kind of effect that equips things is going to gain a boost from it. Legacy, thank you so much for following here on the Orbital platform. I hope you enjoy your stay here on the best Yu-Gi-Oh! Research platform ever thought up in someone's brain. And it has a free special summon that also searches you an equip spell. Oh. That's... Uh-oh. Alright, next up is Sabertooth, the Divine Tiger Blade, an equipped spell card equipped to a light monster. It gains 300 attack. If the monster equipped with this card would be destroyed, you can banish this card to negate its destruction. Then you can ritual summon a mechanimal ritual monster from your hand by attributing monsters from your hand and or field whose total levels are greater than or equal to the ritual monster's level. I like how they overlaid the, what is this, Soulfire Tiger in the background on this one. Good stuff. Very, very Tommy-coded effect here. So it boosts it, protects monster from being destroyed, and then it performs a ritual summon, presumably using at least the monster it was equipped to. Next is Mechanimal Battle Tiger, a level 4 light machine monster. So Mighty White is only 3, so we would need an additional monster. Unless there's something here I'm missing. No, it does specifically say level, so we would have to have another monster in here. Mechanimal Battle Tiger is a level 4 light machine ritual monster with 1900 attack and 1100 defense. This card is also treated as a beast and warrior type. You can only activate the first and third effects of this card once per turn. You can send one card your opponent controls to the graveyard. Then your opponent banishes one card from their graveyard. Okay. If this ritual summon monster is removed from the field, you can special summon a light warrior monster from your graveyard. And if a monster is sent from the spell and trap zone to the graveyard, you can target one spell and trap card your opponent controls and destroy it. Okay. So it's non-targeting, non-destruction removal, and then your opponent gets to choose the card they banish from their graveyard. That's not going to help them very often unless they are on a deck that likes to banish their cards. But it does mean that you're never going to hit the card that you want to hit. Like, if they have a piece in the graveyard that gets them advantage, I don't know the situation in which they would choose to banish that willingly. It replaces itself when it leaves the field. That's a very valuable effect for any deck, any card to have, least of which ones like rituals that require so much resources to use. And then we have reciprocal back row destruction, which I think works with our effects because our monsters can go in the back row at some points. So if they go from there to the graveyard, we get an MST. Alright, Mechanimal Carrier Turtle, a level 6 water machine monster with 1000 attack and 3000 defense. That's also treated as an aqua monster. You can only activate the third effect of this card once per turn. If a machine monster you control would be destroyed, you can special summon this card from your hand to negate its destruction. Machine monsters you control cannot be targeted by battle or card effects. And if this card is destroyed and sent to the graveyard, you can add a mechanimal monster, except a copy of this card, from your deck to your hand. Okay, so something gets popped. You can summon this from hand to stop that. It protects your machines from being destroyed at all, and then if it does get destroyed, you get to replace it. Except with a copy of itself, which would have been very funny. But, as far as protection effects go, it's not terrible. I like it. Hey, Jackalow, how's it going? Okay, they also had notes for what all of these were based on. Let's go ahead and recheck those really quickly before we try to cover the rest of these while we have time. So, Mechon Kabuki is a monster based on Bukala, a Kabuki-themed alien who showed up for one episode, and it's in reference to Buku, an old vanilla monster. Which is definitely one of my favorite old monsters. It's a little book with hands. Okay, Mecha Knight Mighty White. Monster based on the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers White Ranger. All main Mecha Knights are level 3 machine and warriors with 1500 attack and defense. So search a card if summoned, usually a monster whose type matches the Zord used by the ranger they're based on. Gains half their attack of any monster equipped to them and has a third unique effect. And ours is pretty good. Sabretooth the Divine Tiger Blade. This equipment is based on Saba, the White Ranger's sword, which had a talking tiger head on the hilt and was used to both summon and control the White Tiger Zord. Speaking of which, the Mechanimal Battle Tiger. The ritual monster name is not a typo. It's based on the White Tiger Zord. The mechanical battle cards are all ritual monsters based on the special Zords that were considered to be as strong as the actual Megazord, such as the Dragon Zord from Season 1. Mechanical Carrier Turtle is based on the Shuttle Zord. The Mechanical Carrier cards are based on the Carrier Zords, which were usually meant to carry the other Zords around, and were usually the basis for the Ultra Zords. As a final note, this marks the end of Season 2 of the story of Mechan. Next month starts Season 3 with a Skull Servant Lightsworn Fusion monster and an incredibly annoying Winged Beast archetype. I wonder which one that could be. Leave your guesses down in the comments and tell me why it's Flu. I would laugh if Memento got their own Buku. That would be amazing. Jackalope, recording and getting ready for tomorrow's editing session while on shift. I love working from home. Okay, now see, Now, I understand why it can suck sometimes, but I want to make sure, is that what your takeaway from that is? Because if you work from home, if you don't work from home and you wish you could work from home, honestly, I would recommend it over anything, but, like, the fact that where you work is where you live is pretty tough sometimes. Not Cyborg, just watch. After the stuff we ran into at the Edison tournament, I'm starting to feel like that's a valuable, viable pick, actually. Name one Winged Beast deck that isn't annoying, and don't say Raid Raptor. Those guys are still going Caliuga. Blackwings. Blackwings aren't annoying. They're actually pretty cool. I'd say it's a viable take. Tri-Brigade. Common misconception. Tri-Brigades are a Tri-type archetype, not winged beasts. I say, being a little goober, a little stinker. All right, let's read the lore here for Story of Mechon White Light. During one of the battles between the Mecha Knights and the Zarch Fiends, a UFO appeared. Zarch Fiends showed up in last episode based on Lord Zed and Archfiends, which was very cool. A UFO appeared. The object was incidentally shot down during the confrontation, and the lone pilot was revealed to be another Mechan. The sorcerer, who had been traveling between worlds to collect more knowledge, was quickly brought back to the power chamber. After his ship was repaired with help from Inzector Mechanassistant, he left, but not before giving them a gift, a crystal with the power to rejuvenate Mechan energy. Using this object, the Mechan mentor secretly called back Mighty Green, who had lost his power during a previous battle, and with the power of the crystal transformed him into the incredible Mighty White! Alrighty, next up is the Unworldly Brainwashing! Banish a card from your opponent's hand at random, then special summon a Mechan monster from your hand and to your opponent's field. The special summoned monster cannot be attributed or used as material for the summon of an extra deck monster. If the monster special summoned by this effect is sent to your opponent's from the opponent's field to the graveyard, special summon it to your field. If either player controls the Unworldly monster, banish 2 cards from your opponent's hand instead. Now, Unworldly, I believe, was another archetype that we've covered in the past. But that was one that I'm not entirely sure of. The Unworldly Brainwashing, though, does work with Mighty White because you can summon it to your opponent's field, and then you still get the surge because it's the opponent who gets to add a beast or winged beast from deck to hand. If the monster person was effects. And then you get to have it when it leaves the field. That's pretty good. Alright. Biomechanical Thunder Arsenal. I believe we've gone over this card before. Level 6 Light Machine Fusion monster, 2500 attack and defense, requiring 2 Beast-type cards and 2 Winged Beast-type cards as material. This card is also treated as a Thunder type. Must first be fusion summoned by sending the above cards in your monster and or spell and trap zone to the graveyard. Machine monsters you control gain attack and defense equal to the number of machine monsters in your graveyard. The first time a machine monster you control would be destroyed each turn, it is not, and once per turn you can target a machine monster in your graveyard and equip that card to a machine monster on your field. So it's a contact fusion that checks your spell and trap zone, so it is like the XYZs in a way. So if we can get 2 beasts and 2 winged beasts, this gets on the board. It gives a bonus to all of your machines based on the number of machines in your graveyard. And if you know anything about anything, that can get out of hand really, really quickly. Gives your machines protections, and it can just equip machines to your machines over and over again. This card is stacked. But I think specifically for our archetype, unless... Like, you could technically play this in something like Tri-Brigade if you have enough of these on board, but you have to put a lot of these on board, and you're losing all of them just to make Thunder Arsenal. So technically usable, probably not optimal for Tri-Brigade. The last card here is Biomechanical Samuraiger, a level 8 Light Machine Fusion monster, 3150 attack, 2350 defense, requiring a Biomechanical Thunder Armor and a Beast-type monster as material. This card is also treated as a Beast and Warrior type. Must first be fusion summoned by sending the above cards in your monster zone and spell and trap zone to the graveyard. You do not use polymerization. This card's attack and defense... This card gains attack and defense equal to the number of machines in your graveyard times 100. Also, it gains attack and defense equal to the combined levels of machines in your spell and trap zone times 200. When this card battles an opponent's monster, you can destroy one spell or trap card on your opponent's field, and if a machine monster is sent from the spell and trap zone to the graveyard, send a face-down card from your opponent's field or hand to the graveyard. Okay, so I'm going to stop the timer here because we're heading time on that one. I have to assume what they mean is that it send a face down card from your opponent's field or hands to the graveyard. That's I think what they mean is if they have a set card or they have a card in hand, you can send either of those, but that formatting doesn't exactly scan. I think let's go to the Nova scale. Let's go ahead and get working on our numbers, and I can go from there. So, novelty. Are these cards doing anything that we haven't seen very much before? The unworldly brainwashing is kind of cool because we're giving our opponent a monster to give us value. Technically, people are doing that a lot recently. Of course, the branded players are gifting our opponent Nightmare Puppet so that they can get locked, but that's not really part of their strategy. It's a rules interaction that just kind of showed up that people have been using since then, me included. I am one of those jerks. If you find me on ladder, I apologize for ruining your day. Ashened kind of does that. That's true. Ashened also gives our opponent a monster so that we can do that. That's fairly new, so I hadn't considered that. Yeah. I don't know. I was even thinking the Sabertooth Divine Tiger Blade is wonky because it's an equip spell that rituals, and I guess Makonko is an archetype that includes those keywords, but it doesn't use the equip spells to ritual. It just uses the ritual spell to ritual. And then the quick plays get those cards out of your hand with ignoring summoning conditions. So the fact that we have a card that we can ritual summon using an equip card, it's kind of funny. I don't think there's a lot going on here mechanically that we haven't seen before. So I think this is about it too. Now, objectivity. So there are, as far as problem-solving card texts go, there are some discrepancies here. There's things like you can do this to negate the destruction. That's not how it's worded, or it's supposed to be worded. There was a card here, I believe it was Carrier Turtle. Machine monsters you control cannot be targeted by battle. What was the one that was like the first time they'd be destroyed? They're not. Thunder Arsenal. Thunder Arsenal does that. So that's how that's worded when it comes to keeping things protected from battle. But when it comes to, like, you would have to say something like, if they would be destroyed the first time they are not destroyed. You would say, like, if this card to be destroyed, you can banish this instead. Those cause for replacement effects. You don't negate destruction, because destruction is not an effect. It's a rules thing, so you have to modify that. So that's kind of off in that regard. There's also the fact that these two cards search some of the game's most powerful cards, right? Like Kabukuki searching a continuous spell whenever it is tributed or used as material for any kind of summon is going to go off of the rails. It's a level 2 monster, so you can make it in sprites. You overlay for Gigantic, or you link off for Elf in Master Duel. You get a free continuous spell card. And getting to pull from the entire spectrum of those at the drop of a hat means that any that cause weird floodgatey stuff is going to be particularly on hand for the Mechanimals, or any deck that runs this, because the search does not have any other qualifier. Similar thing with Mighty Mecha Knight Mighty White. If you are playing a dark deck, you can banish a dark monster from your graveyard to not only get this onto the board, but get any equipped spell in the game. Now, I know in terms of lore, we're supposed to get Sabretooth, the Divine Tiger Blade, so that we can get Mechanimal Battle Tiger into rotation, but any equipped spell means Living Fossil. It means the Infernoble Ring that negates the first spell activated on your opponent's spell activations. There's just so many random things that you can grab with this one that now become available off of this that just gets wild. Snatch Steal! Snatch Steal is now legal! We have to consider Snatch Steal! Can Mikanko work with this is my curiosity. I think the new ritual is actually a dark monster, so you could do that. Alternatively, you could run DD Crow or a Bestial. Both are very popular hand traps, so once those go to the graveyard, you can banish them for this, and then you get the search. So, yeah, it could work in Mikanko. It could work in a lot of decks, because Dark is, and I cannot say this enough, is the most supported attribute in the game. Mighty White is going to be incredible to splash into almost anything, because you can summon it for free, use it as material, and then you can splash in an equip card that would help you that's otherwise unsearchable, because now you have a monster that is a machine, but is also always treated as a warrior, which means that you can rota this. So, my objectivity on this is like a 2. On top of problem-solving card text issues, some of these cards search out ridiculously powerful cards, and I think this would get busted almost immediately. Versatility, though, but because of how the kinds of cards you can grab with these, and because they don't necessarily require you to play in archetype to make them work, these cards are actually exceedingly splashable. And because they work with certain kinds of spells, not any kind of extra deck mechanic, generally, that means that you will not be locked out of playing them. So I do not have an issue giving these cards a 4. Unless you have zero synergy with any of those two aforementioned card types, you're gonna want to play these. And then we have Awesomeness. I dig what's going on here. I think it's alright. The idea of an equipped spell being used as a ritual enabler on the monster's destruction has some flavor to it. I'm not entirely sold on it. this is one of those things where we have a very limited core of cards to work around with, so maybe you would have more applications with other Mechanimals, the ritual ones, but we don't have them right now, or if we have had them before, I forget what they do exactly. So I'm going to go ahead and do a 4 in awesomeness on this one. So I'm giving the Mechons a 12 on the Nova scale. Clockswork, once again, thank you very much for submitting your cards for us to review here. Now we just have one more person of interest to talk about their cards, and I am going to keep this pulled up here, but what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take a bit of a break. I want to see if we have, oh, actually I have a whole bottle of this here, never mind. I don't need to go get more tea, but I do need to, I think, run an ad here because we've got, yeah, we've been going here for about an hour, so let's go ahead and get rid of those mid-rolls. I'm going to run an ad, and then how do we all feel about doing some work? That's right, I'm going to open up my video editor, and we're going to do a little bit of work. Okay, there it is. Folks, don't nobody go nowhere. I'll be right back. Stay beautiful. Hey, hey, hey! Are you dancing? Are you dancing? What are we doing dancing over here? We can't be dancing. This is a serious stream. This is a serious stream for serious duelists and video editors and all other things. I can't stop you. Well, I can stop all the people who haven't subscribed to the channel. All of you people don't get to dance, but if you subscribe, I guess you get to break the rules a little bit. I don't know. Alright, let's reset this. Boop, 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 boop. Had a terrible matchup in Duel Links with me using fossils and my opponent on Gravekey. Yeah, that would be a bit of a hindrance to the whole fossil game plan. Alrighty. Oh. I think that's thunder. I think that was a big thunderbolt. Sometimes I confuse like thunderbolts for like the trash being taken out and around, those big plastic bins. Some of y'all might know what that's all about. They get all rackety. Did you see that I summoned UCT with runic fur hires? No, I hadn't. What is it, like use double evolution pill, banish Rex, and something else? That seems pretty slick. Alright. Okay, desktop. You get out of here. You can hide out over here. We don't need you right now. We need this one. Yep, hell yeah. Double evolution pill for the win. Alright. Sean Hart with the 2,000 channel point announcement. Time to bust out the work gloves and get working now. I was scrolling up the chat to read people's reactions to my card, and I was loving it. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Alrighty. There we go. There I'm at. One sec. Let me phase in some stuff really quickly. There we go. Alright, so, wasn't able to record prog polls this week, so we're doing another Tryhorn Tryhard. This one's gonna be a pretty simple editing job, actually. Literally, I'm just going through here. I'm gonna cut out the different segments, rearrange them as needed, and then that's all this one's going to entail. So we're going to be nice and chill this time around. I'm going to be working until either our last patron shows up and we can cover their card, or until I am called away for something. I said that I would be on call for something, so if I have to leave, I've got a vamoose. We'll try to do the custom really quickly, just so that, at the very least, we have it on record. But that's the plan right now. Alright. Put yakety sax in for no reason. There's always a reason for yakety sax. There's always a reason for yakety sax. Alright, so the footage that you're seeing here has kind of been pre-synced. So every time I do one of these with recording, I gotta make sure that we both have like an audio line that we say before recording. That way I can take the audio from the videos and then I can rip that out and then use audio from a different thing like Audacity. The audio sync helps make sure that that's lined up as well as it can be. Because the audio from that tends to be better than what's from the actual video. So that's already been all lined up. I've lined up. I've also used that to line up Ian's footage as well. So all of this has been pre-baked in that regard. So we're just gonna watch through this, and we're just gonna make whatever cuts are necessary. Let's get started. Hello everyone and welcome back to another episode of Tryhorn to Tryhards. This has been a long hiatus. It's been about like a month since last we met. The meta has changed exceedingly since last time, but we're still the same lovable goofballs. I'm assuming the Master Duel stream is another day. God, I hope it is. I hope that I have enough wherewithal to stream on Tuesday. Like, do an actual Tuesday stream that's very fun. Though, that does remind me, thank you very much, we are no longer doing custom cards, which means I do need to leave Master Duel for just chatting. This is about as just chatting as it gets. There we go. I'm GoldenNova, Yu-Gi-Oh! Purveyor of knowledge, wielder of the orbital platform, lore laureate, explaining expert, and I am joined once again by someone who will not be answering for Asterian's crimes, Vampire Ian. How you doing today?
I am doing all right. That's right. Vampires are not all the same, funnily enough.
Ian has not once off.
Vampires are not all the same, funnily enough.
Okay. Go. Turn on the ripple delete so we can get these clipped out. Sometimes I want to clear out some dead air to make things a bit snappier. Because there's like a difference between like casual conversations and something that's scripted. So it sounds a lot cleaner whenever you have scripted stuff, obviously. But off the cuff stuff like this is more natural, but sometimes you don't want to keep the big broad spaces in there, so you kind of chop that out to make it a bit snappier while keeping the authenticity. I love Ian's voice. Ian is so wonderful. Their voice is grand. They're funny. They're talented. They make music, for crying out loud. They're fantastic.
Enough.
Ian has not once offered to. What's a heinous thing that he does in the game right now? I didn't play with him a lot in my party actually, so I don't know all of his.
I have not played. I've
see,
played Divinity Original Sin 2. I could talk about that.
Hey, that's Larian-esque.
Yeah, I could talk about Fane. He's a funny little skeleton man.
Oh, I love little skelly dude.
Yeah, he's fun.
Hey, that's Larian-esque.
Yeah, I could talk about Fane.
Who's Fane? Okay, we talked about it. I haven't seen Fane yet. This guy? That's a skelly guy. That is the most skelly. What file format are you in? PNG? I'm taking them.
Yeah, I could talk about.
Let's get the snap that right there. Da, 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 da. Boop. And boop. Gonna grab him, put him over there.
I could talk about Fane.
And then we gotta give him a little drop shadow to differentiate him from the background. Boom. Boom. Boom.
I could talk about Fane. He's a funny little skeleton man.
Oh, I love little skelly dude.
Yeah, he's fun. I actually think the world building in Divinity Original Sin 2 is really cool. It's a shame about the rest of the game.
Oh no!
The rest of the game. It's a shame about the rest.
And then they make their skeleton retreat at this point.
It's a shame about the rest of the game.
Oh no! That is an unfortunate appraisal to hear right after hearing there's a cool Skelly man involved. It's rough.
It's a fine enough game. You can watch me play it. I played it on stream. You can watch the VODs on my channel, and hear all my appraisal of it therein.
That's right. Click that link, folks, right now. It's right there. Click it. Engagement. So, no, go ahead.
But yeah, we're here to try and catch up with the metagame, which has so cruelly left us behind since we recorded those episodes.
Yeah, I'm ashamed but not too proud to say that a lot of the footage has been sitting around for like a month. But now we're back. I'm going to try and be a bit more consistent with this because we want to stay up to date with what's going on here. Not that I have done a good job of bringing cards that reflect that. I have stolen Peeps's, and by Peeps's I mean Ian's, Flame Swordsman list.
Okay. Well, Peeps laid the groundwork for my list as well, so like it's
Well, even though yours came out first, but
mine came out first because I didn't have to win or you get top 3 at a case tournament first to release it. But yeah.
I wish I didn't say it like that. It makes it sound like I'm trying to sound like it's a plagiarism thing. Ian was telling me that they had put out like a deck list for it that they liked, and then Peeps's came out and that got a lot of coverage. But it was they did like a different approach to the deck building. So I guess that was the joke, but I did not convey that at all very well. Yeah,
I think there's some interesting things that Peeps brings to the table that my list does not, and I think you're gonna be able to show some of that off.
I'm gonna do my best. If he was able to go toe-to-toe with things that have put up proven results right now, hopefully some dingus that is touching the cards for the first time will hopefully be able to show off its power in that regard. But
unfortunately, you've lost the greatest advantage of the Flame Swordsman deck, which is that I know what the cards do.
No! I'm fighting someone who's informed about rogue picks. Darn it! Get Jesse Cotton on the line. This man doesn't read cards. This is my bait for everyone who likes Jesse Cotton.
all the Jesse heads out there.
The 100% Cottons out there.
They're blowing that thick
That's the
cotton.
only funny joke out of that entire exchange that I make, by the way. Before I start figuring out more strange nicknames for personalities I've never interacted with, Ian, what are you bringing today?
I'm bringing the new meta threat that was arriving in a week's time as of the recording of this video. Sinful Spoils Fire King.
Okay, here we go. This is where we're going to swap over an image. So, let's go ahead and delete that. Not delete that. We're going to move this around. How far do I give for this one? I only get a little bit of the... No, it goes all the way to the edge of the box. So we do get the visual on that one. Okay, so there's that. I guess let's just keep it over. I thought I'd have to adjust that more. Let me instead cut this part, and then I'm going to mask or crop this here. Okay, and then we can move that over here. Oh, that might help. I also... Not that one. this one. This top part up here I don't show. I try to keep it to this here, and then we'll just scoot this over this way. And there we go. That is Ian's list.
Of this video, Sinful Spoils Fire King from Phantom Nightmare.
Guess the Yu-Gi-Oh player by a nickname Nova gave them. Yep, we can do that. Is a game that I'm sure everyone will enjoy and won't be massively confused by. I'll either make it really obscure or like too on the nose. I'm not going to be able to make a good subtle one. Yeah, it's going to be pretty meta in a couple weeks, so I might as well practice for it right now. Just a heinous amount of utility in that deck. The free cards you get off the DFL stars.
It's a crazy little deck.
Mm-hmm. So,
and I also know what this deck does.
Oh, I'm done. I'm cooked. I am cooked in the fires of the Mercury, how's it going?
No, I'm not gonna say my plays will be perfect. I'm still learning it, but I know what the deck does. Unlike Unchained, so
on an intellectual level, you understand.
On an intellectual level, a lot of these cards you play in Evol, you see, so that means I know what they do.
Ah. All right. Well, let's test the powers of that Dino DNA.
Indeed.
And let's get to those duels. Okay.
Indeed.
And let's get to those duels. All right. So we're gonna cut that.
Bam. All right.
Boom.
Close that. Duel. Get my battle pass reward that I didn't get the other day.
Hell yeah. Now that's Fortnite gaming.
I love. At least with Dueling Nexus, it doesn't fucking matter.
No, yeah, at least I don't make you pay for it.
Yeah.
I don't hear it. I don't hear it. Like battle passes are cool in concept.
Yeah. But the monetization strategy of the battle pass is one of the most heinous that have ever existed.
Just once again, deplorable.
Profit
motive is messing everything up. All right, game created.
There we go. Oh, I don't want to be playing Blackwing.
We're changing that.
There we go. Ready.
Ooh.
Ready.
Okay, here we go. We'll cut that to here so we can see. Oh, what happened? There we go. All right, rock, paper, scissors. We'll cut that there so we get the rock, paper, scissors. Who goes first here? Ooh.
Ooh, not going first. Not.
Okay, so we're going first for this one. So for this, we're going to go ahead and uncrop all that.
Perfect, but you know.
Okay, let's go ahead and do some digging. I'm going to do Pot of Prosperity. All right, so this doubles as a way to get to judge my dueling capability before anyone else gets to.
Yeah, this is a divergence between my deck and Peep's deck actually, because Pot of Prosperity, in my estimation, it kind of limits what you can do with the extra deck a little bit. And I think the deck is really consistent, but this makes it a bit more consistent, and Peeps isn't playing super polymerization like I am, so I think that makes sense.
Yeah, that definitely makes sense as long as you're not using the extra deck as like as an out.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I'll lash that.
No, yeah, that's valid.
Digging 6 cards deep is just crazy. I can't believe they allowed this to happen.
You can't let me resolve that, and we can't let Konami get away with this again. I'll go ahead and pass over, and really quick, before we get going, because I know I'm going to forget this if we keep going, you see that I've got the GoldenNova sleeves on here. I didn't tech that in. That's my Dueling Nexus code. If you, as well, wish to join in on this wonderful platform, links down below. Get you some stuff.
Yeah, I have some. I should have put them on.
Oh, you also got a code?
Or no, I have your code.
Oh, okay, Michael. Okay, good. Well, you use your stuff. That's fine. Do your own thing. But like, did you know there's a leaderboard for contributors on here.
Oh, I did not.
I'm in 3rd place. I can't let that
Ooh.
stand. I'm being
You're getting
defeated
close
by
to the top.
that was 4th place at some point. I'm losing my. I'm actually checking the leaderboard right now. Oh yeah, folks, look at this. Look at this. We have 37 tied with Raynite. We've been tied with Raynite. Like they also had like 31 or 32. You're 5th? No, I'm 4th. I'm still 4th. I'm just above Madoshia. I'm tied with Raynite. Winter Kills is within spitting distance. We can get to 2nd place really easily. Jaden's gonna be tough, but they are Jaden after all. They are the Hero King, but I know we can do it. I want to be at number 1, folks. So if you see that link in chat, I would implore you to do your civic duty. Sign up to Dueling Nexus. Put my code in, get my colors, and show your true blue status as a GoldenNova supporter. I'm being defeated by Winter Kills by just a little bit, but Jaden BR is at the top, and I ain't letting some hero player outdo me. See?
How dare?
Okay, normal summon, add that. No, I know what you're gonna grab. Ain't no way.
All right. Fire King Island.
Boom. Prime real estate. Okay, did we ever come to a consensus on what we have to call Snake Eye Ash?
You know, everyone just keeps calling it Ash, and then the other card is also Ash. Ooh.
It's the contextual Ash. Yeah, I've drilled. I don't know if this does anything to you right now, though. If I hit, I honestly feel like I should have let you resolve the Snake Eye Ash and then drilled you. Yeah. Big weakness on my part. I'm always seeing stuff like that and being like, I have to fire off my interaction right now. But it really would have been smart if I had recognized the fact that the effect to search would enable the droll, and then I could save the imperm for something else. Because at that point, they would get Populace, and then they could summon the Populace, but then we do Droll so that they can't get the search off that, and then their Fire King Island doesn't activate. So we actually played ourselves by not doing that. So that's my lesson for this one. Recognize when Droll is more effective than using your other pieces of interaction. Let some hero player outdo me, proceeds to lose to Noah's new version of Hero Beat and Propulse. No, never again. I'm never losing to Hero Beat ever again. Not on your life.
I mean, I guess we still go with Kieran here.
We can cut that bit.
Yeah,
we can cut that bit. Also, we've had a turn change. I need to mark that.
Yeah.
As well, we should. You can't let Konami get away with this again. I'll go ahead and pass over and. There we go. Jababu. Bam. And then I'm going to differentiate that by moving them up. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to be cutting all of these. I'm not going to do any other like edits to figure out like what goes where and at what point during the duels, because I'll know which ones are the reverse shot, so I can make changes on the first one once we're done, and then I can copy those changes across all the other ones. And that's how I'm going to do this without having to manually tweak every single change.
I mean, I guess we still go with Kieran here, just to get in the grave. Let's see here. I think. Ooh.
All right, we can do from here. There's also this point.
I mean, I guess we still go with Kieran here, just to get in the grave. I mean, I guess we still go with Kieran here, just to get in the grave.
Okay. By the way, Nova, was the switch to DaVinci hard? I dipped my toes into the program, but I was extremely overwhelmed by everything. I was crying for like 2 weeks after picking up DaVinci. I'm not gonna lie, it was rough. There were so many things that I was used to in Filmora that did not translate immediately to DaVinci. Like, by default, all of these tracks, you can see this auto track selector right here. I don't entirely know what auto track selector means, but it does turn on like ripple deleting. So what that means is that if you cut something out of a particular part of your project, it'll cut the same amount of stuff from every other track that's also on ripple delete. And I didn't know that for the longest time, and I didn't know how to fix that. So I'd be working on a big complex project, and all of a sudden I'd want to be all like, oh, I want to get rid of this audio track. And then half that stuff would just crash into the rest of it. And I wouldn't know what to do, and it was wild. Control Z's your best friend. Thankfully, now I know that I can just go untick that, and I'll be fine. Now, I want to keep these open because when I want to cut these sections out, I do want to have it smushed together in this instance. But that was one of the big things that I wasn't really, like, aware of at first. And that kind of made the transition wild. Darth X Nomad, thank you so much for following here on the Orbital platform. I hope you will enjoy the dueling's finest resource for learning. How you doing today? We're doing a bit of editing over on our end. What was some other things? The bins are weird. I can't just make a folder for everything across all of my projects. I have to import everything into like these big ones, and I have to make individual bins for all the different things. I did learn how to use smart bins to essentially, it's not so much a place where you put things, it's a search engine that narrows down your stuff, so it kind of automatically makes bins for you based on your search preferences, but those bins don't transfer between higher end projects, only between like different timelines in that project. So I really just have to re-add everything because I don't want to put everything on the same project, because then that's a whole bunch of like data on the same project technically. It's wild. And I still haven't got 100% on how Fusion works. Fusion is what a lot of the special effects in this thing do, and I'm sure once I master this, I'll be able to do some wild stuff. But as of now, I'm really just using some plugins gifted to me by some friends, including the talented Vampire Ian, who got a really cool flip one that I like using from time to time.
You just gotta... Oh, see from column.
No!
I forgot you put it in that column and not the... we're playing well here.
Oh, we are at maximum.
Whoa, that's still negated in the graveyard. That's crazy. But yeah, we were pretty
Oh
much
yeah,
done
because
there.
you use the activated effect on field, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I should have. If I hadn't forgot the column, we need the Master Duel effect.
We gotta have a little highlight column. Come on.
Yeah. one of the cool things that Master Duel did, I think having visual aids like that is just good.
It's such a great accessibility addition. I wish we could do that stuff in. Hey, Acetone, how's it going? How you doing?
If only.
Like they let us have markers for the locked off zones. Acetone's another good friend, another competitor in the Edison relay, and I'm glad that I could bring them the alien representation to these events that honestly they deserve.
We need light up playmats.
Yeah, get the little LED strips. Start clicking buttons. I like the idea of printing off like custom field-wide zone markers and make it look like a big slip and slide.
Yeah.
Cool. Very validated.
But you didn't know
aliens.
that original
Sinful
Spells could do this.
It was the best. Oh, a level 1 fire monster back to your hand. Qu'est-ce que c'est?
Let's see. What do I want here? There's so
You
much
should
I can
crop
get.
Oh, from your deck to your hand. I would never do that. Okay? I would never do that. That's
deck,
all
yeah.
of them. That's every single one of them. Crop circles. Alright. That's just stereotypical.
Bop.
Yup. That's a big empty space up here. Did anything happen here? Yep, things are happening. Alright. We're about to get popular. He exists. How can I make a pun out of it? Hey, you gotta find your joy somewhere.
No search target.
That's the only one?
Yeah, you only play one. It's really weird.
Wow. I mean, I guess if you're consistently grabbing it, it does cut down on deck space, but
yeah.
Yikes.
Probably should have done that the other way.
Okay, that we can cut a little bit of that. Boom, boom. Okay.
Probably should have done that the other way around. Chain block, but you know.
Hey, you know. Oh my god.
Could do that.
The second raid that we've had today, and from another Fortress runner. Hell Kitty Selena, thank you so much for raiding in with everyone. Hello, everyone. The Foxy Tail raid. Greetings, Selena's followers. I'm GoldenNova Yu-Gi-Oh! You might remember me from my times that I've kicked your butt at the Fortress of Duels. But I looked a bit more goblin mode then. Good to see all of you here. Selena, hope you had a fun stream. What were you doing? Currently, right now, we're just doing some video editing. So if y'all want to sit around while I cut some footage with me and Vampires testing, feel free to. It's just gonna be a chill little stream. Behind the scenes, exactly. Yes, hello Raiders. I beat Selena with Mommy Amazon, and I'm sure that Selena enjoyed that to some degree, and I would too. I remember winning though. Well, then you remembered wrong. We didn't. Oh, the Avatar Element Tournament. Oh, cool. Who came out on top? Who? How did the tournament go? She was proud. Exactly. As all purveyors of the snoo would be. Water bending What? Water was the last attribute I expected to take first place in that.
Chain block, but you know.
Hey, you know. Water strong. I guess so.
Could do that.
Believe it or not, water has some based archetypes.
Uh,
What is there's Rika.
I think we just go for the attack here.
That right there. Boom. You know. How does that sound? Hey, you know. Oh, you know what? I've done it again. I've forgotten to designate whose turns are which. I gotta go back. I'm getting place one higher than Selena. Nice. Atlantean, Sharks, White Aura, and that's off the top of my head. Yeah, one of those is good. Marin Sus, that's good. Dynamis is good. Sharks, that is actually a good one. Paladin is talking about all the good water ones, yeah.
What? We were
yeah, because you use There we go. So this, cut that, and then these go up here. But yeah, Selena, once again, thank you so much for sending over your crew. I will make sure that I channel them back to your shrine once we're finished here. And I hope you have yourself a good rest of your day, okay? Until then, you're all trapped here with me!
light up.
You've been betrayed by your favorite streamer. Now you're watching someone do work and streaming at the same time. I've cheated the system. I'm very normal. Problem, I gotta go get cool Skiddo stuff ready for tomorrow now. Oh yeah, definitely gotta go get that taken care of. Enjoy, have a good one.
Play match.
Okay, still turn 4. Okay.
I think we just go for the attack here.
Yeah, I think we'll let that go.
Yeah, you get to do your funny little search.
Made that GoldenNova beat. Yeah. That's me. With chain. With chain.
With chain.
With chain. If you pronounce the H on there, you're not a real Brooklynite. I'm out here gatekeeping flame swordsman players.
Curious as to what this would do. No, it's just Diabel Star is the only target. Dang.
Were you hoping you could pop the populace?
Yeah, I was.
Yeah, if it said, what is it? You could. Okay, so that's another turn change. There we go. Destroy one monster. If it said destroy one monster card, it would be different.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, this is Rankin Bass. Go ahead. Boom. And there.
Waha!
You're too adorable to be evil. Oh, you got it? I'm a vicious villain when I need to be.
I should have got the one from deck, but whatever.
You can ask anyone this. Everyone knows this.
Shoop.
Brump.
Another one.
Oh, they're snurching. Oh, it's snurch time. They're sneaking.
Oh, you could send it from the bandage zone back to the deck. Cool.
Yeah, it's busted.
That's kind of fucked up.
Let's stroll just in case. If you have any extenders, I don't want to let you have it.
Hmm.
Unless you want to Arvarda it.
I could.
Come
I'm
on.
thinking about it.
Come on.
I'm really thinking about it. I'm gonna let it go though.
Dang.
We're gonna just get in some damage.
Get some damage.
Dasmage.
All right. Boop. All right. I'm on top deck. You suck. Yeah, the Salamandra with chain
That's Salamander
Ash
with chain.
wasn't exactly the strongest
Yeah.
play we could have made.
It'll get him next game.
Oh boy. Whoa.
That's why I was considering the the Arvada. Poplar.
Oh, they're poplaring off.
We really are. Activate the effect.
Can now search it.
Yep. Activate it.
But which Snake Eye will you get?
The bird.
Snake Eye Bird!
Snake Eye
Snake
Bird.
Eye Bird!
Yeah, just sit back a bit. This is gonna take a while.
Nah, you do you. You have fun.
Let's grab that.
Yeah. Yes, that's good.
Wee.
So how about those Animation
Wahoo!
Chronicle snippets, huh? How about that Yu-Gi-Oh animation
Verge.
stuff? Oh my god.
Did you know that Flamberge could only target face-up monsters?
I do now.
I can, however, target engrave as well.
Yep. Hey, my Salamandra. 6.
Oh man.
Man, now I'm not going to be able to send one of my Salamandra with chains to the graveyard and use my Salamandra to Flying Flame Dragon to fusion summon a monster.
Let's do the whole combo thing here. Ba-ba-ba. How many times can I summon Populous?
Who can say?
Kirin.
Get in. Kira.
There's like there's so many things I could do here.
How am I gonna kill you right now?
Let's do this.
Spa?
Spa.
Spinite?
Just hit that. Bye bye,
No.
Salamandra.
With chain! Yeah, I should have chained that to the
With
Arvada.
chain.
I don't know why I didn't. Rough. Could have flipped the Arvada face down at the very least. Well, I think it's because it was
Do
already on
Fire
the field.
King
so I could flip
Island.
it back.
Pop
Go
the
ahead and
Kirin in
do anything.
hand.
You had no cards in hand like 5 seconds ago.
We'll activate the effect of the Kirin.
Yeah.
And we'll activate the effect of the Garunix.
Bing, bang, boom.
Bring back Little Chicken.
Little chicken. No! My other Salamandra with chain.
Garunix effect. Let's just hit this Barong.
Baron. I gotta start putting my thing on bluff. I gotta start doing.
And let's do Skyburn. Target Ponix. Hit that face down.
Yeah. You now have full knowledge of everything I was about to do. And it was all for naught.
Something is preventing.
Yeah. Yeah.
And we'll activate the effect. Bye-bye.
No.
Hit that face down.
Yeah. You now have full.
We'll do wanted sinful spoil.
Do. And it was all for naught.
Something is preventing me from attacking.
Huh.
We'll do wanted sinful spoils though.
I'm very curious what that is. Hey, Blitz, how's it going?
Something in that long line of effects
Yeah,
locked
something
me at some point.
happened at some point.
Oh man, if I had
What I could not
Draglubion,
say.
I could make a rank 7 right now.
Well, I guess I'm glad you don't.
Hold up. Where's why can't I make that? That's a good question. That's a weird thing that I can't seem to do. Oh well. I could do that though.
I know I wouldn't be.
Do I want?
up for being
Actually,
a
I know
content
exactly what
creator,
I
but
want to
think I'd
do.
fall asleep if I ever sat to do editing. So this is the thing, right? This is a more chill thing than normal. And of course, there's probably more to do if I knew more. I'm not gonna sit here and say that this is particularly. It's definitely like at this point, like, all right, we're just kind of waiting for stuff just to double check it to make sure it's all good to go out the door. Because right now we're just looking for dead air to get rid of, and where to mark the places where I have to do the actual edits that I'm going to be doing. But it's not very good for people who need a bit more variety to make things work. Sometimes. Now, if we were doing like an explained video, there'd be a lot more of things that I'd be doing at the time. I'm experiencing Nova exception. It's very confusing. Double Nova! One second. Which one is the real me? Who can tell? Hey, work with me here for the bit. Work with me with the bit here. Ooh. Start screaming. That'll make sure everyone is awake. Folks, get ready because I'm about to test all of your speakers. I hope you got your headphones in because it's time for a big old yelling. Honestly, I find video editing relaxing. If only my computer wouldn't melt. Yeah, that's lame. I'm sorry that your computer just wants to explode every time you want to work with it. True. Not like you're making YouTube poop here or anything. Yeah, attention spans on the decline these days. At least most of all mine. You should cover the other person with yourself so it looks like it's 1v1ing you. Alright, me. It's time to combat me. The only person who can stand a chance against Nova. Nova. Now this is a video. Folks, is it gay to duel your clone? Reminds me of one of Noah's streams where he opened Nova's stream only for Nova to open Noah's stream. There's an infinite amount of Novas. That was very funny. That is my favorite gag. What about Delilah? Oh yeah. It goes without saying that Delilah can defeat me. Delilah's the strongest out of all of us. I'm not going to bring that up every time. It'll ruin the bit. Snowy! Hey, Snowy, thank you so much for sending some people over. I'm just doing some editing for another episode of Tryhorn Tryhards. How you doing? How you holding up today?
Do I want? Oh, actually, I know exactly what I want to do.
Make
Get
sure
rid
the
of
universe
that.
is balanced.
We'll activate it.
It's a raid. Give me your people. Yes. Internet's dying. No.
You having fun over there?
Yeah, I am.
Okay, well that's good.
I
That's
love-
we went directly from we're
I
so
love
fucking
Yu-Gi-Oh.
back to it's so fucking over. Bit of a suboptimal raid time. I don't think so.
Oh, yep.
Anytime's a good time for a raid. Could have the battle fader. I know I appreciate it. So thank you, Snowy. I hope you and your viewers
gotta-
will enjoy.
Activate my cards. Don't.
No,
Don't
no,
mind
no.
me.
Hey, you're good. You're all good. Claim my viewers. Yum 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 yum.
Okay,
We're so
Prosky
back
off the
to
top. We're just... You having fun? You having fun over there?
Yeah.
Anyway,
Oh, yep.
there's another turn change. Do that one. I forget if I did the last turn change. This is a. Oh, this is a.
Oh.
Yes.
Okay, so we're supposed to be here. I could have the battle fader. I was grinding out some ranked Master Duel today and had a good game against Dark Magician.
Just gotta
That can
activate my
actually
cards.
happen.
Don't.
No,
Don't
no,
mind
no.
me.
Hey, you're good. You're all
Strange
good.
it
Might sound. The deck is competent enough to have a good game. I'm not surprised. I guess the question is, what were
okay,
you on?
Prosky off the top. We're just gonna do 3 this time because I'm running out of shite.
Running out of cards.
Let's go. Boom, boom, boom. Hey, these are all fucking worthless.
Beggars.
All right, hey, you know what? I've seen enough here. We're good. We're good. Let's go to
I
Gates.
set it for a match. No!
Well, you know.
Match. Okay, yeah, so I forgot to set it to match again.
We're good. Let's go to
I
Gates.
set it for a match. No! I don't want to have that little bit. I was gonna cut right there, but there's that little bit of us moving to the command screen. Let's go ahead and cut it there and just pick it up on our next game.
Well, you
I'm
know.
on Branded, but I misplayed Red,
Match.
extended the game by about 15 minutes, which resulted in one of the most mind-boggling and engaging back and forths I've
I'm
ever
a very
had
effective showrunner.
on
I go
Master
for things
Duel.
very prepared.
That's-
I know all the tech stuff.
Look,
I
sometimes
get all my settings correct.
We're show. This is
matches
show. We run
being
show.
botched
This is showbiz.
makes the game better.
We got the viz.
This is showbiz.
We're show. This is show.
Runner. I'm a very effective showrunner.
I gotta do all of these. Cut all that out, otherwise the audio's gonna get weird.
Mm.
There we go. Good games against DM are the ones where all they get is Eternal Soul, set, and circle on field, and then you pop Soul as soon as they activate it. Simple pleasures. Yeah, it's fun for someone. I'll bet Prosper will move to game 2. That's me sometimes. You know, we see what we got, and it's like, I'm finished. 100% it was a misplay worth making. Would do it again. Hell yeah. I'm a no!
I'm a very effective showrunner. I go up to things very prepared. I know all the text. Boom, boom, boom. Hey,
I could have the battle fate. Wait a sec. Okay, something's not adding up because
We're gonna just with
oh,
channel.
this turned in really quickly.
all right. I'm on top deck.
You suck. Okay.
That's Salamander with chain will get him next turn.
Yeah. Yeah.
It'll get him.
Blah, blah, blah. Tabbing one frame at a time. There it is. Okay, that's another turn change. There we go. Now we can move that up there, and now
I'm a very effective showrunner. I keep the things very prepared. I know all the tech stuff. I get all my settings correct.
we have.
We're
sorted out our
show. This is
scenes
show. We
correctly.
run show.
This is showbiz.
We got the biz. I'm
Oh.
going first.
While I'm thinking about it, I have this timer set up for the Whatnot sponsorship that I'm working with. Whatnot is this kind of direct selling platform, but it's got like a streaming element to it, so it's like you're selling things live on stream, and people there had a lot of fun. I did it a couple weeks ago for Maze of Millennium, and they asked me to come back to do another one, and Lord help me, I actually said yes. So, if you want to watch me open up some Phantom Nightmare this upcoming Friday, you can actually find me here. I'm going to pin that really quickly. There we go. So, if any of you want to join me this Friday, I don't know what I'm gonna give away out of it yet. I think the idea is I'm gonna go a box for me and a box to give away, and we'll see how that goes. Or like a box to give away and a box to sell. We can just break out the packs, all that good stuff. Well, like telemarketing, it's kind of like. There's certainly an element there. I'm not going to deny it. It is a big selling platform, so people are showcasing their stuff to sell, to move product. One of the things that I thought was interesting was whenever you give away or purchase product on there, my understanding was that you would just want the packs sent to you. Just get them sealed up and sent out. But what a lot of people ask for is to actually have their packs opened live to show off what they got out of those packs to everyone who's at the stream. So it's like a, ooh, did I get lucky? Let's share the hype kind of deal together, which I think is pretty cool. I'd never considered that. So we had some pretty bonkers pulls last time. What was it? Someone got 2 packs in a giveaway and they pulled both the ultras out of the box out of those 2 cards. It was like, it was Buzz King? I think it was Buzz King and Bonfire, actually. They pulled 2 ultras in that one. It was wild. That was goofy.
Enjoy. Have fun.
Oh, actually, this is correct.
Uh-oh.
Dang, what luck. I know, right?
Should have had the chaining on. That's the one thing I don't like about Dueling Nexus is that it's hard to get the standby phase activation.
Yeah,
going.
You basically have to be on bluff all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's like my
And
criticism
let's,
for
yeah, we'll go ahead.
Dueling Nexus, unless there's like a way that I
okay.
don't know, but
All
having like the whole hold A to activate a chain thing
Sounds
would be
good
I
to
don't think it has
me.
it. You paisano. Get impermed. Okay, I've been hoisted by my own petard.
It's all searchers. The deck is all searchers.
It's all searchers, all the way down. It's searchers. Ian got.
Okay,
Ash,
well,
Fire
what
King Island.
realistically, what does this do for you? You have to
In
trade in
both
something
games.
for what, the
Can
Ponix?
you believe that? I want to go to a tournament with that look.
Maybe you get High Garunix. There's
Nah, I
Ponix,
think we do
yeah.
get Ponix here.
There's Ponix.
Here.
Onyx gets you what? Sanctuary? The big burning bungler? I guess I'm gonna find out. Yeah,
Big burning bungler.
the big burning bungler. It's rough out here for the big burning bunglers.
Yeah.
All right, just one.
Okay, turn change.
How about you?
1 second. I'm gonna respond once I get this sorted out. Come on. Here we go. Boop. Oh, that went too far up. Come on, down you go. Okay. I always say DL ruins how people understand how to play the game, but without Master Duel's help, I wouldn't be able to play as well, but this really is hands off in comparison. What's that play? Now, I get that first part because Duel Links is largely a different format, so you have to play differently. Without Master Duel's help, I wouldn't be able to play as well. Which, yeah, it's the closest thing to a TCG, OCG format as we're going to get right now. But this really is hands-off in comparison. I don't think I get that last one. I think I might need a reiteration on that.
No.
All right, just one.
Mm-hmm.
How about you deal with my Fighting Flame Swordsman?
I will.
Rough. Okay, yeah.
Rough
Man,
trigger for the PlayStation 2.
I want to battle. Get this chicken out of here.
No. I'll get your chicken out of here.
I mean, it got the chicken out of there.
And it got the chicken in here.
Oh, it's new chicken!
New chicken!
Everyone, new chicken just dropped.
See, my plays don't make any sense if they view it from your perspective, but from my perspective, the play makes perfect sense.
Okay, we're gonna.
Anyways, let's play the game. Bop.
Kitten. Da 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 da. It's kitten. Oh, hey. Bonix is back.
I didn't mean to activate the destroy effect, but whatever.
Ah.
So it just asks you, destroy a card? Yes or no?
You want one?
It's like,
Alright,
wait, no, I
thankfully-
don't. Wait, no, I don't.
No. Thankfully, we already had the the Flame Swords Realm, and we had the Salamander in hand.
With chain.
Eventually. Now, see, that was a place things that I sequenced correctly that I was happy I did, because I didn't really necessarily make the call. We knew that Ian had the immolation, but I normaled the Fighting Flame Swordsman first. And then I didn't commit to the Swords Realm stuff because I knew we would get punished with that, so we committed to that. We had all the other stuff, that was good. As in this way of playing Dueling Nexus or Dueling Book, or whichever one that is. Oh, okay, yeah. Yeah, this is Nexus. This is also an auto sim as well, so it's pretty close to Master Duel in that regard. Now, if it was Dueling Book, that'd be a different story. That is fully manual, and then we'd be having to keep track of all kinds of nonsense.
That's pretty brutal, but at least you don't have the battle phase anymore.
That is true. I can't just stabulate you.
Yeah, but you do have a pop effect.
Yeah, let me go ahead and use that on the bird. Wait, you already activated this turn, right? Oh, wait a sec. That might actually be... I'm going to reread card effects really quickly before I commit to making goofy decisions. Okay, so... Most originally, especially on this card, or hand, you can destroy one in your hand to her graveyard, except this... Oh, this doesn't have the reborn effect like the other Garunix does. Oh, so I can just kill it and it's fine.
Yep.
Oh, sick. Yeah, get all these nasties on here. Get all these nasties on here.
Too bad, Ace. My fire just burns brighter than yours.
Oh, 500 damage. Ugh.
That's
Hey,
all my
it's gonna stack
One
up
Piece
eventually,
fans
don't you
out
worry
there.
about it.
All right, what you got? What you got up there? Oh well, I guess the bird is pretty good actually.
Yeah, we got 2 cards. Let's see here.
Yeah, and you
though.
have the island.
We do have the
That's
island.
every Fire King.
Yeah, I think.
Just cut this little bit out here.
Yeah, I think we do activate that, popping the Ponix. And I think we... And I think...
Cut that out too.
We grab... Ooh, what do we grab? Good question. I think we gotta grab Arvada. Think... Ooh, what do we grab? Ooh.
Let's just cut to that really quickly. There we go.
And I think...
Oh, I got another
what do we
turn change
grab?
thing.
Good.
Okay, so gotta figure out where our turn change
How
is so I can get that tagged. It's too bad. Don't you worry about it. Come on. There you go. There it is. Okay. Boom. Move these two up. There you go.
Ooh, what do we grab? Good question. I think we gotta grab Arvada.
Arv. Good old Arv.
Pow.
Good old Arv. Yeah, we can't really cut anything from this section because there's stuff going on board, even though we're not talking. That's fine.
Pow.
Right in the kisser. Right in the kisser. Let's cut that section out here. Then until the bird shows up.
Potter.
Right in the kisser.
Pottix.
Do you want to blow up a card?
I think I do. This time.
No!
I can't believe they didn't put any protection on this guy.
It's okay. It's okay. We'll make do. We'll make do. It's fine.
Why didn't they
gonna-
put any protection on him?
I should have chained. I should have chained the ultimate effect. Yeah, we're still on that turn. Okay, we're good.
I don't think I'm gonna place a Fire King Island. I'm good.
I don't know. It's free real estate.
It's free real estate.
Real estate, if you will.
Yeah, just go battle.
Yeah, looks like a big old hearty chunk of damage.
Why does this guy get so big?
He has the power of friendship. He blew up his friend, and now he's big. I do this all the time. Tristan knows. Tristan would respond, but he's currently a pile of cinders. You say the funniest things, Tristan. Oh.
Isn't this fucked up?
Oh, Peepus Beepus. How's my Pharaoh?
Bye-bye.
It's my sword's realm! Oh, you gotta be joking me. This is not the top deck. Okay, I've seen enough. We're good here.
All right.
Okay. Real round 2. Oh, you...
Bye-bye.
My sword's realm! Okay. Whoa, come on. Put those right there.
Oh, that's actually really funny. Oh no, I can't believe that works like that. Oh.
What's happening?
Oh, some of the cards I'm siding in.
Oh, this poor deluded fool. Real round 2. Jeez Christ.
Oh, that's actually really fun.
No, it's not part of the duels, but I do want to include the side decking process just to kind of watch us make those changes. So I'm going to make sure to put a little notice in here too to be all like, okay, change over to
Oh,
Ian's
that's
perspective
actually really
so we
funny.
can see what they're
Oh
talking
no, I
about when
can't
they're
believe
saying
that
this.
works like that. Oh.
What's happening?
Oh, some of the cards I'm siding in.
Oh, this poor deluded fool.
This poor unfortunate soul.
Oh, so sad. But true.
Problem is, what do we get rid of? Get rid of that. What is that even in here for?
What are you doing?
Bro!
And that's Ian's Gage impression. We're just a regular comedy troupe over here.
Yeah, I think that's pretty good.
I think this is mean enough. Let's do this. Yeah. Okay, how about a little fighting flame sword? Okay. Real quick. I need another drink. I've run out of drink. I must get some more drink. I'm going to go ahead and use the opportunity to run one of them slick ads so that we can get those pre-rolls out of the way for any newcomers. If you would like to not see any ads, of course, supporting me directly is a great way to avoid that and help keep the lights on and join the Deskbot Squad. We would love to have you. Other than that, though, don't feel too pressured. Just a couple minutes of ads. Hopefully, I'll be back soon with some delicious tea, and I will see you in just a second. Take care. Alrighty. me. It's me, GoldenNova Yu-Gi-Oh! Come back to do some more editing for his video series where he records stuff with his friends. What a day. Oh, wow. Wow.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Just get the guy. Don't you do it. Don't you do it.
Welcome to Droll and Lockbird format. I hope you enjoy your stay.
I'm not. Well, whatever. I'm summoning him anyway. You can't make me not summon him.
That's true, I can't.
Yeah. How about that, huh?
That's a big guy.
Yeah. It's my...
That's a lot of face downs.
Yeah, I'm a trap deck, don't you know?
That's true.
1 second before I forget. Before I get caught up in our shenanigans. It's my...
That's a lot of face downs.
Yeah, I'm a trap deck. There we go. There we go. Don't you know?
That's true.
It's all about the interaction.
Anyways, battle phase.
Don't do this.
End of battle phase.
Don't you do this to me.
No.
You're a monster, you know that?
Yeah, I'm a
okay,
vampire.
good. As long as we're clear on this. Okay, so Ian
oh my god.
is a menace to society. Fart.
So that's a difficult choice, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, here you go.
Okay. Anyways, a starter.
Hey, there it is.
A starter and a whole bunch of non-engine. Seems like a pretty good opener.
Pretty strong, actually. Bloop. I like the fact that Poplar looks like they're in a Snuggie, and 2, that they hit the field for approximately 0.8 seconds before getting consumed by a spell card.
Yep, that's the Poplar promise.
Hey guys, how's it going? And then that's how they made Ash Blossom. What do you think Poplar tastes like? What do you think that thing... What kind of mouthfeel does it have? Like... Look at... Where's a good photo of Poplar so we can get a good... Let's go on our trusted site, YGOPRODECK.com. Let's go check out Poplar. This right here. This is cotton candy, right? Like, you could just take like a tuft of that and just soak it in water and it would disappear. This art fascinates me a little bit. Like, there's the wanted poster for the Snake Eye. So we got that. There's these, like, blocks over here. They're, like, glowing blocks. And what gets me is that they have the little bands on them that make them look like little money wads. So is that supposed to be currency? Oh. Also, I'm gonna eat this card.
You are a spell trap now.
This is what you would look like if you were a spell.
That is my turn.
Look at that Nova dancing there really quickly. All right. Curse everyone with that for now.
That is my turn, though. I don't have a normal summon. Drawing Poplar actually fucking sucks.
Oh, it must
But
be
it's good
so
enough.
bad for you.
I'm so upset.
Yeah, I bet you are. God. Fucking damn it. You guys have such a weird art for background.
Eventually, you're just gonna. The series is gonna devolve into you being like, "You God, you're
Not
so
gonna stop me from
annoying."
looking.
Every time I play.
I can't wait. Nova B. Nova.exe.
See, it's either
has stopped
I'm whining
working.
because
We'll
I'm
restart in a few
playing like
minutes.
the worst game of Yu-Gi-Oh I've ever played in my
That's
entire
how I
life,
feel sometimes.
or I'm just the worst person.
Come back in 6 months and Ian's got D barrier anti-spell set.
He's
I'm
mine now.
still on Brandon, and I'm like, Ian! I'm putting you in the coffin! And I'm removing your ancestral land from beneath it. You will get no rest. Your vampiric energy will not be restored.
That's the end. It's the end of it.
It's all
all over.
I forgot we synced up like that.
We just have everything.
We just got everything. We're just doing everything.
It's just like we just got everything. It's incredible.
They're too
unbelievable.
goated. They're too based.
So one thing I'm realizing is that having your Fighting Flame swordsman on the field is a little annoying. Because when I send it to the grave, you get to activate it.
Come on, give me this. Give me the sauce. That line's gonna live rent free in my head for a couple days. Welcome to Droll and Lock format. We hope you enjoy your stay. It's a pretty good one.
It is just like 1800.
They struck. Oh, they struck a little gold
It's like
with
kind
that.
of nice.
Oh,
Kind of.
that's another thing that annoys me about this software. If I like drag my mouse over a effect or anything in my media pool, that thing will take precedence over what's going on in the viewfinder. And that will like interrupt what we're doing here, and it pisses me off so much. I want to be able to do stuff on my other screen. I think maybe this is a wake-up call to move all of my stuff to the other screen so that I'm not trying to pass over to that side. Maybe, but I wish I didn't have to change that to accommodate the system.
Nice with it.
It's kind of nice with it.
Yes.
Cards. Okay, we can get special summon a level 7 or lower. Wait, what the heck? Why is it letting me pick Ultimate Flame Swordsman?
I don't know. That's a level 8 guy.
That's 8. That can't be. I'm not picking that. That ain't right.
That ain't right.
That ain't right.
That ain't correct.
Freaking Flame Dragon.
We gotta hit up Dueling Nexus and be like, hey, that ain't right.
Hey, that's not how it goes. Here you go. Put that face down. Don't you attack me with that.
I didn't actually sequence this correctly, but that's okay. You don't have to in this deck.
It's okay. Sequencing is a lie. propagated by the state.
Could do that.
Is anything happen during this chunk of empty space right here? Not really. Let's. There we go. We'll cut this little sliver out.
I didn't
Make it a
actually
little
sequence this
snappier.
correctly, but that's okay.
Oh,
You don't have to in this deck.
it's okay. Sequencing is a lie. Propagated by the state.
Could do that. That would be very funny.
Arm thing.
Yeah, I think I will.
Fell out. Well, okay then. Good. I'm glad. Pop the flame swords.
I'm just gonna pop the Flamberge.
Hey, that also works.
And then Garunix to hand.
That is so.
Oh, what do you know? A card popped while Garunix was in my hand.
No way.
That's crazy.
I'm so happy that they had effects like that and realized people could just cheat and lie about that, and they were all like, we will make the text make it legal to do that instead of enforcing cheating.
Yeah.
We've removed the ability for the opponent to actually check the opponent, so just go ahead and do it. That's actually frustrating. Why did you do that?
Oh, you know.
Yeah, that whole that text that you see
I'll
on
get
stuff
rid of
like
that
New
snake eye oak. I
Garunix
don't need
or
that.
New Diabloist. Welcome back.
And
Rough. I think this is the second time I've made a
Rough
Pokemon
stuff.
Snap reference in response to a Snake Eye battle. And it ain't gonna be the
Oh my
last.
God,
Dun,
I
dun,
could still-
dun, dun,
I
dun,
can fucking-
dun, dun, dun.
I
Yeah.
can't believe I can do this. Why am I allowed to do this?
They can't keep getting away with this.
They can't keep getting away with this. Fuck it. It's here.
Yeah.
And here's where I sequenced it wrong because I should have added back
Having vague
The
flashbacks to
Kieran,
the last Fortress of Duel.
with the
from
Sunlight
half hour
Wolf, so I
just
could have had
before,
Kieran in hand to
the
use his
quietness
effect.
of the working environment.
But you know,
Nova's voice.
We're gonna use this
filling
effect, by the way.
air. You
My
only
voice
have a
is
3K beat
speaking
stick
of
and a 39K
all
beat
the
stick
behind the
and a
scenes
17.
stuff.
18, my apologies.
that's true. That is all that I have.
Truly,
That's everything.
I'm a gift to the world.
Oh God.
Humbly, in my opinion.
Does that do? It does. It does.
It do.
It does.
It do be doing
that. Why am I allowed to do this? All right, at least that's all I
Because-
can do.
It's
Wait.
power creep.
I can
That's
just
the
flip this
world
guy
of-
over again.
Yeah, once again, very much should not have flipped that as soon as I did. I was very trigger happy. That's another one of my big weaknesses as a duelist. I get
Fair
really scared
enough.
and I just start like clicking buttons.
I getcha.
Yeah, I definitely
Oh
gotta
my-
work on that.
Okay, I mean, I
Truly,
guess
are
we go
blessed to
battle
bask
here.
in this
Yeah,
revolutionary
you're
content
looking
and to
pretty-
gaze upon Nova's humble visions.
I'm
Thank you.
Pretty bricked up.
Thank
here.
you. Your praise and admiration are what keep me going. That's one way you could put that.
It's a good thing that
I don't
I
even be able to
have
bluff anymore. I ain't got nothing.
ego.
You
in
got
check.
nothing.
Otherwise,
I don't think
who
you could
knows
got
what I'd get
life
up to.
points.
Not even those, yeah. Okay, so I've learned a lot. Fire King is just so good.
It is, by the way. Book of Moon, Fire King, Skyburn in hand.
Yeah.
This deck's
Walking
incredible.
away from that one was not happening. Yeah, no, that the deck is outrageous.
And this is why we play the Poplar. We are only on one bonfire, though, because if you draw multiple bonfires, it just is not very good.
Well, that's certainly better on the wallet. So that's
Yes,
nice.
it is.
Alrighty, well, how has Bonfire proceeded? There hasn't been any Bonfire discourse recently. I'm feeling like getting angry really quickly. Compliment about long hair referencing. Hey. Thank you. Bonfire in Yu-Gi-Oh! We are looking at a $94 card for the Ultra. Sheesh. Collector's rares are sitting at a clean 184. Look at that. Look at that. Now, it's not 120, but it's still 95. If you got to pay shipping for this, this is 100. Yep. Yep. I love capitalism. I love it. It's my favorite. I am willing to concede that I'm just not good enough with Flame Swordsman yet. This was I lost, but I lost because of me. That's all.
That's true. There's
Anyway.
there's definitely the deck definitely should have been able to fight this.
All right, no, but yeah, good game, excellent time. Let's go ahead and check out another deck. All right, another deck. One. All right. Whoop. Now I think I missed a perspective swap. Back in 6 months. The coffin! This was all a big turn 4. So that all goes up there. Holy calzone. Alright, next round of decks. Ian, what are you throwing at us this time around?
I've got the next meta contender, Labyrinth.
We're at minute 38 of an hour and 38 left footers. So this next section is going to take an hour. Ah, God. Oh, this section has to get done, though. It has to get done. Gotta power through it.
You might know Labyrinth as a deck that's not very good. However, this deck is very good. Because we got transaction rollback now. That's the whole reason.
Yeah, famously the deck that goes +3 off of any normal trap activation. Not very good.
It's incredible.
Now it's good. Yeah, transaction rollback, I'm not very happy with what it's going to do to the game.
I made a 60-card main
I was
and
already on the
15 card
fence about it when
extra
Big
jank deck.
Labyrinth
Now, what kind
was
of jank
tearing
are we
up stuff.
talking
Now you're
here?
telling me
That's
they
important.
just get to activate D-Barrier for free?
Mm-hmm.
They just get to activate the Lesbian Floodgate for free? Like, please, come on. What's going on here?
And a variety of other oh my god. Fuck. And a variety of other things as well.
I have chosen even more violence. I've also net deck
Subterran Crawler.
Let's go. That's a base combination if I've ever heard one. Folks, it turns out that Subterror is actually cool and awesome. And if I hear another word about Guru Control being cringe, I'm going to apply you to the Vice Grip. Someone else's list. Dyer's Runic. It's Dyer's deck. Someone else's list. Okay, these we
also one from this perspective because we're talking about their Dyer's Runic Generator. They got big ol' regional results with it. Don't forget to save your progress. Frankie, you are a lifesaver. Who's dissing my guru? There's a lot of people who don't particularly care for guru control. Sometimes I'm one of those people. Sometimes. I like my control decks to be more interactive. I can't believe I'm hearing compliments being made to Subterrors and Crawlers. I don't know what to tell you, Sokolov. They're cool decks. This has been my latest Stim toy these past few days. I bought this tripod for like doing close range stuff with the phone. Like it's got a little clamp you can use, but like it's also got like a pistol grip so you can fold it up and then you can put the phone in here in a different configuration and like shoot things like this, but it's got the pistol grip, so it's like a little gun, and I can pull the clamp and I can press a little like gun clip thing and go, gosh. Hey Mike, how's it going? Nothing much over here, just doing some more editing. The art is cool, I guess. I shouldn't be saying anything since I have a ninja deck, but I bias easy. I would also argue that ninja is a very different playstyle from Subterrors and Crawlers. While they both use the flip mechanic a lot, I find ninjas are a lot more aggro than the other two. Sorry, judging cards, and I have made plenty of them. Hey, I do love the creativity. And her deck is really cool, and I want to give it a shot because I think Runic gets a bad rap. But I'm not going to defend
it, so
it's good.
I love Runic, actually. I'm a Runic head.
Okay, so we're big Runic heads here.
Big Runic supporters here. You will banish cards off the top of your deck.
Now. Yeah, no. All that stuff's good about Ninja.
I think if Runic didn't have the effect to banish cards off the top of the deck, everyone would love it, actually.
Runic's good in combo decks. I agree. They're a really nifty advantage engine. It really blows having to sit across a stun Runic player, but when it's made to actually advance gameplay, it's fun. Kinda, like, it otherwise just generates a lot of cool advantage. But then you bring in, like, also, hey, Lemon,
the most interesting games I've had in Yu-Gi-Oh! Have been Runic games. It's always such an interesting, like, deck to play with and against. Unless it's stun.
No, yeah, those are the ones that I start getting a big ol' whiny crybaby over. But
that's the thing. If it didn't have the banish, there wouldn't be the stun, I think.
No, yeah, there'd be no incentive for them to just wait you out until you've activated enough Runics to just win the game.
Mm-hmm.
I'm actually kind of surprised we haven't seen like an Endymion Runic deck.
Or maybe like a Harpy Lady Runic deck.
Huh. That sounds a little outlandish there. Who would do that?
I don't know. Maybe check out my channel to find out more.
And that's our transition. Yeah, by the fact that you have to skip your battle phase, that is true. If you are playing if you're playing a combo variant of Runic, then yeah, you have to have maintained a board state long enough to keep winning and then be in a position where you don't have to use your Runic cards. Whereas the opposite is true in Runic Stun. You're trying to just make it a non-game as much as possible and then wear out the opponent's deck. Runic Harpy sounds OP. Check out their channel. You'll see how that rolls around. That's a great idea.
Dink my oida.
Ooh, my wood!
And then I'm ready up.
Bam.
Alright.
Boom.
I'm not gonna lie, I heard a video Nova and I thought it was real Nova. Well, I mean, to be fair, we do sound very similar. We're just gonna be Adventurer, Cash Fenrir, and gonna be put into every deck for their respective format level. Well, like, every deck was running Fenrir. Adventure was a bit more restrictive because there were decks that needed their normal summon to function. So Adventure got splashed in a lot of stuff, but not quite as much as Fenrir does. And I think Adventure and Runic share a lot of similarities where the restriction of playing it has to, like, line up with what Runic allows you to do. You can't plug it into everything, but golly, did it make a great Runic and Sprite combo. Also, DBO, thank you for the 6 bits. Trihorn Dragon's going to have a little yum 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 with that later. Okay, not every deck was, and I can prove that by saying not many decks are still playing Fenrir and nothing changed. Is that in response to me saying that every deck was running Fenrir? I'm just patiently waiting for Master Duel to give me the new flip extra deck hamster monster. Master of Ham! It's Hamtaro time!
All right.
Okay.
Not going first. That means we lose.
So where do I send my custom cards so that I can be critiqued? I've made custom archetypes and custom support for existing archetypes. Yeah, let me go ahead and get the little link here. Yeah, so for the custom card stuff, there's a lot of links there, but you want to go to the Patreon. If you already signed up for the Patreon, then you should have access to the link. But the custom cards are what I do for my patrons every month, so if you support me directly at $5 or higher, that lets you have access to the form to submit that. And it also comes with all kinds of other cool benefits for the channel. Early access for stuff, my schedule for what I do every month, so it comes with a bunch of stuff on top of that, if you are so interested. Yes, Fenrir is a very good, but it's a staple. It has a place where it belongs, and there are places where it doesn't belong. Yes, so you are correct. When I said that Fenrir was played in everything, you have proven that I am wrong about saying a hyperbole. So, congratulations. Absolutely, I am going to obliterate you.
I didn't realize you were playing Exodia.
Not with this hand, though. Hey. Okay. Let's do... Okay, but there are cards played in everything. In everything? In everything? Uh-huh. I gotta skip this game one really quickly because I didn't have this formatted correctly. I've gotta use the other image. Practically or optimally speaking. Okay, so when you say it's played in everything, you can say that it's practically in everything. But when I say it, now it's up to the other level of scrutiny. One. Okay, there we go. Now I can cut to this part. And then we can set this up. No, I just don't think Fenrir reached the point where saying everything is justified. I disagree with that. It was such a good utility card. It punched things really easily. It punished your opponent. It got you free advantage. There has been some edge cases that were actively like, I don't want to play Fenrir. Alright, let's go ahead and crop left on this one. Oh, it's cropping both of them. That's why that's weird effect is there. Da, 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 da. That goes right there. This is gonna... I'm gonna zoom that out a little bit. It's going over here. That basically shows us everything. Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Not going first. That means we lose.
Absolutely. I am going to... Fenrir being splashable is in everything and almost a deterrent. Then why isn't it being played most easily at the moment? I haven't seen it in quite a while. There isn't anything it conflicts with. Well, what about formats where Ash is bad, huh? Like, there was a time where everyone was playing Fenrir. So where are the goalposts for this? Obliterate you.
I didn't realize you were playing Exodia.
Not with this hand, though. Hey. Hello, Gray. How's it going? Folks, for those of you who didn't catch our incredible streak yesterday, Gray Graves was a member of our team that took the Edison relay. How you doing? How you holding up, Gray? Hey, Ramen, how's it going? Is everything till recently enough, at least when I was looking decks up? Yeah. Like, currently, Fenrir is not seeing a lot of play, but there was a point in time where it was recently coming out. A lot of people were playing it, shoving all their decks, because it meshed up well against that stuff. Thinking I didn't think Fenrir reached that number, but I could be wrong. It's personal preference either way, though. Well, I guess it's personal preference enough to try and sit here and be all like, actually, it's not personal preference for you. Coffee's wearing off, but doing great. I'm glad you're doing A-okay. To lift my cards. Actually, no. I've been doing the work stream here just in case to catch you whenever you were ready, because I wanted to make sure we all had that lined up. But now that you're here, we can go ahead and get that started. So it is not too late. Yeah, that's my bad. Sorry about that. Hey. I appreciate it. All right. Let me go ahead and save this, and let's bring back out our good friend, the Moki Moki. We can undo this thing right here. Yeah, that's right. We're rounding out Custom Card Weekend with the Moki Mokis. Go and put that here. And guest comms. All right, Ramen. If you are ready, I am in the custom card guest comms. You should have the role available right now. So head on over whenever you're ready, and we will discuss your cards. Hello!
How's it going?
I'm going pretty well. How you doing today?
Good.
Good to hear. So we have been chomping at the bit to see these since Friday because I accidentally pulled them up. And now everyone wants to see what these Mokis do. Are you a big fan of our little jelly cubes?
I've been a big fan of Belowski since the day he was arrived.
Heck yeah! We love the Moki dudes. Alrighty, let me go ahead and grab the list here, and I'll go ahead and get started with the 5 that you have listed here, and then if we have some time, I'd love to dig around and check the rest of these creations you have here.
No problem.
Alrighty. Whoa, we have Unholy Moki. A level 1 Dark Fairy monster with 300 attack and 100 defense. This card's name becomes Moki while in the hand, deck, grave, or on the field. You can only use the following effect of this card once per turn. If this card is normal or special summoned, you can fusion summon a Moki fusion monster from your extra deck by sending fusion material listed on that card from your hand, field, and or deck to the grave, and if you do, it gains the following effect. During the main phase, as a quick effect, you can pay 1,000 life points, and until the end of the next turn, this card gains 3,000 attack, cannot be targeted or destroyed by your opponent's card effects. Also, if it attacks or is attacked, your opponent cannot activate spell or trap cards until the end of the damage step. Okay, so that turns our boss monster into an appropriate threat, it sounds like.
Right, pretty much. And the deck doesn't have enough, fusion support. And it needs something to get it going. And they just got Adrift like 2 years ago, which is the best Moki Moki support card they ever had.
Yeah, that came out of nowhere, and then they didn't follow up with that. Like, come on. So it boils down to, we summon it. It's essentially Moki branded fusion. We use material from all of our best zones. It gets summoned, pay 1,000, and turn it into a big old beat stick with a lot of
Pretty
protection.
much.
Heck yeah. All right, hey, I've seen worse starters, and I haven't seen many better. Next up, the Holy Trinity. Where are you hiding at? Where are you hiding at? There we go, the Holy Trinity. Normal spell card. If you control 3 Moki Moki normal monsters, with that as their original name, destroy all cards your opponent controls. You can only activate 1 Holy Trinity per duel. The idea
So
that
Jamas have their own Delta Hurricane, so why can't Moki Mokis?
Yeah, why not? It's like the idea of them just like T-posing in front of their field and they just immediately erupt.
Pretty much. And surprisingly, I don't often get this card in my hand, and surprisingly, it's hard enough to actually pull off. You would think.
Yeah, I guess so. Like, because once you lose King Moki, you get all 3 of them, but then I guess you have to keep those remaining Mokis around long enough to actually activate it.
Right.
That's fair. Alrighty, next is Lightning Sword of Shocking Unforgiveness. What a word.
The name got changed, so it's now Shocking Truth.
Oh, okay, Lightning Sword of Shocking Truth. Got it. Alright. I'm just seeing the art. That's awesome.
I don't know where I find this art. People have too much time on their hands.
Alright. Lightning Sword of Shocking Truth. Equipped spell card. Equipped only to a Moki Moki monster. The equipped monster gains 3,000 attack during the damage step only. Can attack all monsters your opponent controls once each, and destroy any monster that battled the equipped monster at the start of the damage step. So even if they're immune to battle, you're still getting rid of them.
Yep.
Monsters you control cannot attack except the equipped monster. Destroy this card during your second standby phase after activation. And if this card is in your graveyard, except the turn it was sent there, you can target a Moki Moki in your grave and add both this card and that monster to your hand. But for the rest of the turn, you cannot special summon monsters from the extra deck except fairy monsters. You can only activate 1 copy of this card per turn. Whew, that's a mouthful. So
Now it makes them even scarier when they're, angry as hell.
yeah, so even their small forms, you just give it the sword, and it becomes a big multi-attacker.
Right.
So,
But with SmackDown, they'd be 6,000.
Oh Lord. You're right. Hey, Blue Bandana, how's it going? Okay, next we have Guidance of Illuminating Fairies.
So they needed a Link 1, because they kind of, they're just normal monsters. They need something to keep them going if you're just normal summoning a non-effect monster.
Alrighty. Yeah, Guidance of Illuminating Fairies, a Link 1. Light Fairy Link monster, 300 attack, requiring any non-effect fairy monster as material. Cannot be used as link material. This card's name becomes Moki Moki and is treated as a normal monster while face up on the field or in the graveyard. If you control another normal monster, your opponent cannot target fairy monsters you control for attacks or card effects except this card. You can only use it to the following effects of this card once per turn. If this card is link summoned, you can add 1 card that has Moki Moki written in its card text from your deck to your hand, and you can discard a card to destroy a fairy monster you control, then destroy a monster your opponent controls, and this is a quick effect if you control another normal monster.
Yep.
Okay, so it's normal.
So it searches your deck and then also, gives more offensive on the opponent's turn, because you can just use your normal monsters as fodder. But then it also, in turn, triggers your Smackdown. Because the whole purpose of kind of this support is to destroy your own monsters, so you trigger the Smackdown.
Ah, right. The big boosty boo.
Right.
All right. Well, that's a, and it's, as far as Link 1 goes, this does the job pretty well.
Thank you.
Alrighty, and Moki Moki Monarch. A level 6 light fairy fusion monster, 2500 attack and a defense, requiring Moki Moki and any fusion monster as material. Must first be fusion summoned. This card named Become Moki Moki. It is treated as a normal monster while face up on the field or in the graveyard. This card is unaffected by your opponent's monster effects that were special summoned from the extra deck or the graveyard. You can only use each of the following effects of this card once per turn. When your opponent activates a card or effect, as a quick effect, you can destroy one other normal monster you control, and if you do, negate that activation. Then you can make the attack of one Moki Moki become double its current attack. And if this card is destroyed, you can special summon a Moki Moki King from your extra deck or graveyard, and if you do, its attack becomes 3,000. Oh, so just its base attack becomes 3,000. Hell yeah.
Right. For some reason, the whole entire archetype was just about, let's make Moki Moki 3000. So why not make that a theme?
Not gonna hear me complaining about it.
Yeah.
Like effects that give the older monsters this kind of inherited energy that makes them better, I feel is really cool for like legacy support. Because now we still get to use Moki Moki King, just in a better context. Now it can actually punch things. And then,
For
like
sure.
you've been saying earlier, Smackdown makes it even bigger. Alrighty, we still have plenty of time on the clock. Unless there's anyone in specific that we want to look into right now, I'm just going to start going through these and we'll see what they do.
I think Merge is a good start.
Merge. Boom. Okay. Moki Moki Merge. A quick play spell card. Activate one of the following effects, or if you control a Moki Moki normal monster, you can choose any of the following effects and resolve them in the listed order, skipping any that are not chosen. Also, for the rest of this turn, you can turn you activate any of these effects. You cannot special summon monsters except fairy monsters. 1. Destroy a fairy monster in your hand, deck, or face-up field, and if you do, gain life points equal to its attack. 2. Special summon a Moki Moki monster from your hand or graveyard, and if you do, draw a card, then discard a card. Or, special summon a Moki Moki monster from your extra deck, ignoring its summoning conditions, but if it leaves the field, you take 3,000 damage. You can only activate one Moki Moki Merge per turn.
So it facilitates the destroy from the deck kind of factor, but also the field. So you can also destroy your king, you gain 3,000 life points, and you get your Mokis back.
Where does the life point gain effect coming from?
The first effect. You gain life points equal to its attack.
Oh, right. I was thinking something. I had the last one on mind, and I'm like, wait a sec, was there a issue going on? No, the issue was me. Yeah, so pop it, gain 3k, get little guys, and then, maybe you deal with their field a little bit. Who knows?
Pretty much.
Alright, Moki Moki Signal, normal spell card. Discard a card, destroy a Moki Moki monster from your hand or face-up field. Then you can either add from your deck to your hand or special summon a Moki Moki monster from your deck, and if you do, it gains attack equal to the defense of one monster on the field. If a Moki Moki monster in your possession was destroyed by a card effect previously this turn, your opponent cannot activate cards or effects in response to this card's activation. If a Moki Moki card you control would be destroyed by or banished by your opponent's card effect, you can banish this card from your grave instead. You can only use each effect of this card once per turn.
So it's kind of like branded opening in a sense, but you're destroying the thing in the hand or field, and then you're adding more special summoning.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
So what was the gains attack equal to the defense of a monster on the field? Was there like a design decision behind that?
Just to give it more attack first when you're summoning it, because if you're going second and they have something big you can get over, your Moki without Smackdown is already the answer.
Okay. But it's only drawing
And
from
most
their
of the
defense, so if they don't have a big defense, we're not
Right.
getting like a big boost. Okay. So
because it
watch out,
doesn't affect
Mokies.
winged monsters or anything.
Yeah. Watch out, you won't be able to fight against Lingaribo. But against a really big monster, That's a big
For
Moki.
sure.
Alrighty. Next is Moki Moki Gateway, a continuous trap card. Once per turn, you can target a fairy monster you control to destroy that monster, and if you do, shuffle one card your opponent controls into the owner's deck. You can banish this card from your graveyard to special summon any number of Moki Moki monsters from your graveyard as possible, and if you do, gain life points equal to the total attack of all fairy monsters that were special summoned by this effect, but their effects are negated. Also, you can't special summon for the rest of the turn you use this effect except fairy monsters. Yeah, no, that's a pretty great way to get your cards back.
Right. And gives more offensive on the opponent's turn, because then they have to deal with the gateway. Also at the same time, destroying your monsters, generating their effects, gaining smackdown triggers, that kind of thing. So it can be kind of a funny interaction when they're going to try and attack one of your Mokis. You just use gateway, and now all of them become 3K.
Nice try, buddy. I'm blue eye size now. Alrighty. Next is Moki Moki Emperor. A level 1 light fairy monster with 800 attack, 600 defense. This card's name becomes Moki Moki and is treated as a normal monster while face up on the field or in the graveyard. If you control a Moki Moki monster, except Moki Moki Emperor while this card is in your hand, you can special summon this card. You can only special summon Moki Moki Emperor once per turn this way, and you can only use each of the following effects of Moki Moki Emperor once per turn. If this card is normal or special summoned, you can add a Moki Moki spell or trap card from your deck to your hand. As a quick effect, you can target one monster your opponent controls, gain life points equal to its current attack, and if you do, destroy that target. If you control a Moki Moki fusion monster, you can target one monster your opponent controls instead. Okay, there we go.
Yeah.
That's cracked. Holy cow. So free summon if we have a Moki. We get any of our support cards. And then once we set up any of our fusions, yeah, I'm just going to crack you open like an egg and drink your delicious life points as needed.
Yeah.
Awesome. Awesome.
So adds the smackdown, adds the field spell. There's only certain cards within the archetype that can only add Moki Moki within its card text, but I didn't want to make every card search every art card in the archetype. Only certain cards in the archetype can,
For now.
Yeah.
Alright, Moki Moki Grand Elder, level 1 light tuner fairy monster, 600 attack, 300 defense. This card's name becomes Moki Moki and is treated as a normal monster while face up on the field or in the graveyard. During your main phase, you can normal summon or set a Moki Moki monster in addition to your normal summoner set, which you can only benefit from once per turn. If a Moki Moki or Moki Moki fusion monster you control battles an opponent's monster, as a quick effect, you can send this card from your hand or face-up field to the graveyard to gain life points equal to the original attack of your opponent's battling monster, and if you do, your monster gains attack equal to the amount of life points you gained by this effect. Oh, so it's Moki Honest with extra life point gain.
Pretty much.
Incredible. And it's a tuner, so, Formula Synchron.
Yeah, I always forgot about that, because I know I made like a synchro earlier, it was like years ago, but I kind of changed. Emperor used to be a synchro monster, but I kind of just changed him back to an effect monster.
Ah. So, Grand Elder is a vestige of a bygone era.
Pretty much. You can use him as a synchro if you want.
I don't see anything. Okay, I guess there were plenty of things locking us into fairies only. But there's some okay fairy synchros out there.
Pretty much.
Alrighty.
We're running out of time here, but if you want to just wrap up with Moki Moki World, that's probably like the bread and butter of kind of what you do here.
Okay, World. Field spell card. During your main phase, you can discard a card, destroy a fairy from your hand or face-up field, and if you do, draw a card. If a Moki Moki monster is normal or special summoned, you can make all non-fairy monsters your opponent controls lose attack equal to the total attack of all fairy monsters you currently control. If this card
Original attack.
Original attack. Got it. If this card is destroyed or banished, you can special summon a Moki Moki fusion monster from your extra deck. Also, its attack becomes 3,000. This is treated as a fusion summon, and you can only use each effect of this card once per turn. So, we can rummage by getting rid of stuff, drawing some cards. Debuff
And on the
opponent's entire field.
Yeah, on the opponent's turn, if they get rid of King and we bring back the Mokis, you're just minusing pretty much almost like 1,500, 1,800 attack
Be gone.
on their opponent's turn.
Sick. And then if they try to retaliate against this, then you get an extra deck Moki, and then they really feel the smackdown.
Right, and then because there's also ways of destroying cards within the deck, you can destroy it itself and facilitate off of that.
Oh, it doesn't say your opponent. Yeah, no, we're
Yep.
getting our big beefers at any point. Heck yeah.
So,
Alright.
like as a side note, like Human Wave Tactics, obviously I treated it as a Moki Moki card because why not? It has Moki Moki in its art, and then I just changed the effect to instead of battle, I chose card effect as well. Because I don't know why I didn't have that in originally.
Because it was
And then
GX, and no one wanted anything to be good during GX.
Right. And if some of your stuff is in the graveyard or banishment, you can return them to the bottom of the deck and draw a card. So at least it gives it way to recur some of your stuff that's been lost.
Heck yeah. Asher, please tell me there's a card named Moki Moki Hokey Pokey. Robin, have you added the Hokey Pokey?
I have not added the Hokey Pokey. I did not think about that. But now you give me some ideas.
All about. All right. Well, okay. That's fine.
I thought this whole
hold it
deck was a
against you.
musical chairs deck anyway.
Alrighty. Well, thank you so much for showing these off. These are very funky. May I begin the Nova scale?
Please do.
Alrighty. So, novelty. So, our original wave of Moki Mokis are all about summoning out the big guy, having it blow up, and then we get to turn all of them into 3,000 beat sticks because of Moki Moki Smackdown. What we have here is a way to turn that fusion monster into an actual honest-to-goodness boss. Ways to blow up our cards from the deck, kind of like Fire Kings. Quick effect, life point gain, removal. We have expanded the scope of what Moki Moki is capable of with these cards, undeniably. So while there are a number of things here that I could say would come from other themes, these are things that certainly no Moki Moki we have ever seen has access to. So I'm giving it a 3 out of 5 in novelty. Pretty wacky new stuff for our jelly jigglers. Objectivity. Now, we saw a lot of stuff coming out of these cards. A lot of powerful effects, but we are still playing Moki Moki. You know, you can make them 3,000. You can make the ones that you summon base 3,000 so they become 6,000. There are some protections here. Unholy Moki Moki gives us the Ancient Gear thing to deal with battle traps. Can't be destroyed by cards or effects. So our Moki Moki fusions are a bit more devious and difficult to deal with than ever before. That being said, though, I don't think this breaks the game.
Oh, hopefully it wouldn't.
Like, they're strong. But these just make it like you could probably play this rogue. There's not like I'm locking you out of the game kind of effects. There's no I attack on the first turn with a 9,000 monster. So I think it's balanced and our problem solving card text is good. So we got a 5 on that.
Good. Because it's what it should be with custom cards. Don't break the game mechanics.
Well, see, that's kind of like what the Nova scale here is for, right? Because like some
Right.
people want to make cards that break the game. And honestly, have fun with it. You're going to have a bad objectivity score for it. But, you know, you do you. Have fun. Versatility. It is kind of just Moki Moki cards, though. We don't have a lot of crossover with other themes. Arguably, you could play with things like Archlord Christia to provide that kind of floodgatey ability. We love throwing Moki Mokis into the graveyard, so getting the 3 engrave to summon Christia doesn't seem outlandish.
You could do what's the level 2 fairy that sends from deck or extra deck?
Herald of the Diviner. Diviner of the Herald.
Yeah, you could play Herald and then run 1 Trias, because as long as when King leaves the field, you summon your Mokis, you get the maximum effect for Trias.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of like random fairy stuff that you can tech with these to actually make them work. So it's not unsplashable, especially if the fairy deck that you're playing is looking to have more attack points to close out the game. So this is like a 2 in versatility. It's Moki Mokis and fairy general good stuff. It's not a lot, but it is 2 things. So it's a 2 out of 5 in versatility. Awesomeness. Look, folks, it's Moki Moki. How is it not awesome? These little doobers are turning into threats that could punch God themselves into oblivion. Do not tell me that these are not the awesomest things you've ever seen. I'm giving it a 5 out of 5 in awesomeness. So in total, the Moki Moki support gets a 15 out of 20.
I can definitely tell this score was the big Leblowski.
Yeah, you had to have the last word on that, didn't you? You just had to. Well, good. I'm glad you did, because, good job. Good job on that. All right. Well, thank you so much. I super appreciate you sending these over. I had a good time. It's always very fun to see Moki Moki support.
We're definitely playing tag with each other. We're trying to get these out, but I appreciate you looking them over.
Yeah, absolutely, of course. Hopefully next time I'll have an easier time getting it set up, so you don't have to go through all the effort, because you're helping me out. The last thing you need to be doing is jumping all over the place, so I'm very sorry about that. I'll try to do better in the future on that.
For the end of this month, I'll definitely think about choosing my TMNT tech.
Oh, all right. I'm down. I want to see some turtles. All right, well, thank you again so much. And have yourself a good day, all right?
All right, you too. Thanks.
Thank you. Bye-bye. Okay. We've done it, folks. After several hours of editing a video, we have finished the custom card stream. Alrighty. Thank you all so much for sticking around and watching me play not good Flame Swordsman cards. I super appreciate it. Like, really, I do. It means a lot that you would stick around. There's a lot of options out there, and you chose me. And for that, I thank you. Let's now go ahead and conclude our stream that is, 3 hours in the making? 3.5. Let's go ahead and see whomst we shall raid. To whence will all of you be sent to? Let's see. Okay, so I've got 2 choices. And I already know who I'm picking, because I want to make sure that I show them due appreciation for all the hard work that they did yesterday. But I do want to give a shout out to someone who's streaming right now, Vanilla Scoop, who we went up against in the semifinals yesterday for the Edison Relay. And I thought that I was the most unique person in that tournament. I thought I was the only person who was going to bring aliens. And for a while, I thought that was true, because we were dueling Vanilla Scoop for like a good couple of turns, and then all of a sudden, they throw Future Fusion on the board and reveal Super Alloy Beast Raptinus, and I'm like, there's no way. There's no way. They send 2 copies of Alien Hypno, normal summon Alien Ammonite, and they bounce my own cards to out my own my own Golgar. So Vanilla Scoop is really cool. Definitely check them out. But Maple is also streaming, and Maple was one of the co-hosts that helped run the Edison tournament yesterday, and I definitely cannot pass up an opportunity to send some people her way. So I definitely have to do that. Let me go ahead and get this started. Start. All right. Panic moment number 7. Yeah, absolutely. It was so cool. All right. Great. Thank you so much for stopping by again. I super appreciate it. Before I go, oh, that was in the wrong chat. I gotta put in a different chat. If I try to put anything in the OBS one, it yells at me. Before we go, make sure you follow Gray Graves. Excellent team member. Helped us out. Got us over the finish line several times. We couldn't have done it without him. Big thank you to Gray Graves for running some sweet zombie synchros. And make sure to send Maple all the good feelings, okay? It looks like their subathon is winding down, but who knows? Maybe some generous, thankful person will stop by and... Oh, actually, it is over. It actually looks like it is just over. Okay, well, you can see the... You can enjoy the finishing touches on the stream. You can bask in its glory. Thank you all so much for stopping by. And make sure to follow if you haven't, because we might be going live on Tuesday if I'm ahead enough on work. So I'll see all of you next time. Bye-bye.
French?
Never punished.
GoldenNova. Oh my god, is that the GoldenNova from the Mystery Crew? One of the 3 people in the Mystery Crew that happened to be the Relay Friendship Cups winner? Wow, amazing. I can't believe it. You're famous. It could be. It could. Welcome in, Raiders. I'm Maple Syrup, and I'm currently being sentimental. We finished watching a couple... Actually, we did finish watching a couple of replays from the Edison tourney yesterday.